Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is a story about what if Naruto and how to train your dragon. Before I start, please support for more amazing content, and do consider subscribing to my channel and share this video with your friends. This is written by KingBeasta and link in description and support writer. Let's start the video. Chapter 1. It was another storming night for the people of Berk, but for the unfortunate people of Berk the harsh water is crashing against the shore, and if the water wasn't the only problem. The livestock are being taken away not by the dragons that inhabit the world of Vikings but the harsh and cruel water slamming against shore, taking any unfortunate poor soul, like for example the poor sheep, goats, and yak. While this is going on, the fishermen have to go fishing since most if not all of the food will be taken the cruel sea, giving no one a break. Stay still, Roughnut Toughnut, said an elderly man trying to get the two infants to sleep. My sheep/goat, yak, cabbages, yelled various of people from Berk, watching as their livestock and vegetables being washed away. Griffseed Hofferson, get your hide back in the house, yelled a blonde large woman wearing a Viking helmet with small horns, a brown shirt, fur-like coat, black fur-like gloves, brown pants and brown boots. Who's also holding a blonde baby girl. But what about the battle axe and shield, said the now confirmed Griffseed leader of the Hofferson clan. Just right when he was going to pick up the battle axe and shield, a huge raging wave swept up the weapons, leaving the large Viking shocked. Yes, dear, said Griffseed, walking back into the house with his family, no doubt about to get scolded by his wife and trying to calm down his crying daughter Astrid. While the people of Berk are having a hard time, the fishermen are even having a worse time, but luckily, depending who you are, the fishermen are quite used to the harsh waters of the sea. Lucky for the fishermen of Berk, this isn't the worst water they have faced, but it doesn't make it any easier for the fishermen. On a large fishing boat, a man who wears a helmet with 4 horns on it. He has a fat golden brown beard which spreads around his face. He has a green shirt with scale mail armor on it. He also has striped tan and red pant. This man is one of the fishermen of Berk. He is Mulch. He is using his fishnet to capture fish while holding on to the rail for dear life, hoping not to get hit overboard. On the other side of the boat is his friend Bucket, who is a tall Viking with a bucket on his head. He has long blonde beard. He wears a tunic with scale mail armor covering it under the belt. He has a small brown vest covering the top of his shoulders. He also has a hook in place of his right hand. Why do we have to fish now, said a scared Bucket who is terrified of the cruel water. Mulch sighs at his friend, but he can also understand where his dim-witted friend is coming from. If there's anyone who understands how cruel and dangerous the sea can be, it is him and Bucket. They each knew being a fisherman is dangerous, but it's a job they are willing to do because, Bucket, it's our job to catch food when the livestock has been taken away from the sea. She truly is a cold lady, huh, said Mulch as he raises the net, getting fish, crabs, clams, seaweed, and jellyfish. As Bucket raises his own net, he's confused at what his friend said. She is there a lady around, Mulch, said Bucket. Mulch face palms his face with his left hand. He shakes his head at his friend. No, there is no woman. I'm talking about the sea. The sea is a she, explained Mulch. Who's sea? Asked the confused Bucket. Mulch groans at this. Never mind that, Bucket, raise the fish trap pot, said Mulch. Bucket nods his head, pulling up his catch. Suddenly they hear laughing, not just any laughing, but the laughter of a baby. Bucket cowers at the wood of baby laughter, drops to floor in fetal position, believing the laughter to be a ghost. Mulch starts looking around, wondering where the laughter is coming from. Unlike his friend, he doesn't believe in ghosts or anything supernatural. He quickly walks over to the side of the boat with a net as he searches the sea for the mysterious baby laughter. When suddenly he stumbles upon a baby carriage as he uses the large net to get the baby out of the dangerous sea. He finds a baby boy wrapped in red cloth. The baby has piercing blue eyes as if they can see into your very soul. The infant has 6 fox or cat-like whisker marks across his cheeks, spiky, gravity-defying blonde hair, and has a green crystal which is around his neck. Upon being rescued to the dangerous sea, the baby looks up at Mulch. The baby then claps his hands, laughing at the bearded man. Bucket then gets up from cowering as he walks over to his bearded friend. He sees the baby and is confused as to what a baby is doing drifting at sea. A baby? What's a baby doing drifting at sea, said Bucket, to which both were thinking until Bucket voiced his option. I'm actually not sure, baby. He got separated away from his parents, said Mulch, giving Bucket his own opinion, but both men know whoever the parents are either lost at sea or dead. What's the baby's name? Said Bucket, deciding to change the subject. I don't know, groaned Mulch. He looks for a name, or something that has the name of the baby. As he searches for a name, he sees a name written in the carriage. Mulch then smiles down at the baby boy. Is your name Naruto, little one? Asked Mulch in a happy tone. The now named Naruto claps his hand in excitement, and laughing in joy. So his name is Naruto, said Bucket. Yeah, it seems so, said Mulch. As they both stare at the infant Naruto, they notice something. The baby wasn't crying when he was drifting at sea. They each find it odd and strange. Most infants would quicksand whine about the harsh waves, but not this one. Their curiosity of the baby's strange behavior come to an end when one of the waves hits the boat. Bucket runs to the wheel to steer the ship. Mulch accept the baby to cry, but the baby laughs harder Mulch than down at little Naruto. Do you like the water, said Mulch, as if being able to understand Mulch. Naruto starts clapping in enjoyment. I take that as a yes, said Mulch. Mulch, what are we going to do with the little baby, said Bucket. Obviously take him back and take in the little hatchling. Mulch smiling at Naruto. We're going to be his daddy, said a happy and cheerful Bucket. No, I'm going to be the father, and you can be the uncle, groaned out Mulch, massaging his head, stopping the upcoming headache. Naruto then claps his head in enjoyment. Mulch, let's head back, we have enough fish, said Mulch. Bucket nods his head, turning around and heading back to the main lands. Thus starts a beautiful start of a family with 2 fishermen and a baby who loves the water. Time skip 10 years later. A lot has changed since Mulch and Bucket had adopted the mysterious boy known as Naruto. One that fateful day they learned something interesting about the blonde boy. He is fond of fishing, or anything that's a type of fishing. No, the boy absolutely loved the water. Everything Mulch and Bucket taught Naruto he learned in no time like sponge. Today is a normal for Burke's fishermen. Instead, a certain blonde is somehow extremely lucky. On a small brown Viking ship with a blonde boy around the age of 10 years old who's 5 feet 4 inches, he has a lean body fit for a swimmer. He's wearing a black shirt, a chain mail vest over it, white fur like arm warmers, a green crystal necklace around his neck, a Viking helmet with horns which resemble the horns of a monstrous nightmare. On his left shoulder he has a steel shoulder blade, brown pants, and white fur-like boots. The 10-year-old sailing his small boat is Naruto's son, is Mulch, also one of Burke's best and youngest fishermen. As long as Naruto could remember, he was extremely lucky, always having the most catch. Like one incident when he was fishing with Mulch and Bucket, he took out the fish trap pot, and he caught lobsters the size of a 3-year-old baby. He even caught a baby whale. Somehow nobody actually knew how the hell he caught a baby whale. But it was official, Naruto was his own good luck charm. It wasn't that B was excellent at fishing, but his hunting skills, map reading, navigating, healing, trapping, and sailing were excellent. Goober even stated that Naruto is a prodigy fisherman. Mulch even gave Naruto a spear made out the fang of a Leviathorgan. The spear has the Leviathorgan's fang for its tip. The molding is made out of metal, the socket is metal with black bandages wrapped around it, the staff is also wrapped in black wrappings, and the end of is a medium-sized black cub A/N. Imagine tough nut weapons, but with the blade being a dragon fang, not being able to pull the staff apart, which Naruto found out he's an expert in using a spear. As young Naruto sails the ocean, Naruto can't help to smirk madly. He then starts laugh, puffing out his chest in pride. Ha 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 ha, wait till everybody see my catch, they going to have a yak, yelled Naruto. He then looks down at his catch of the day, and his catch is giant catfishes, sharks, and hammer sharks. Flashback 2 weeks ago after saving Naruto. Mulch and Bucket arrive at Stoic the vast home, telling about their find. As they arrive at the house, Bucket knocks on the door since Mulch is carrying baby Naruto who nibbling on a small fishing net. Stoic sweatshops at this, with his right eyebrow twitching. He started massaging his temple, feeling a headache going up. He motions for the two to enter his house. As the two sit down, Stoic decides to find out what the hell is going on. Mulch, Bucket, mind telling me why you've got a baby with you, and is he nibbling on that fishing net, said Stoic, really wanting to know why they have an infant. Both Mulch and Bucket rubbed the back of their head nervously. Well, you see, we found the baby while we were fishing. He found Naruto in a carriage in the ocean, said Mulch. You found him drifting in the sea? Asked the shocked Stoic, who can't believing a mere infant was just drifting at sea. That little boy must have Odin looking after him. Yes, we did, Stoic said Bucket, as Naruto finds pulling his beard fun and decides to allow Naruto to play with his beard. But that's not the only strange thing we found that day. When I found Naruto, he was laughing in joy. You would usually think he would be crying, but no, he was laughing and clapping his hands, said Mulch. You're right, that is strange. Maybe the boy is a gift from Odin, said Stoic as he strokes his large beard. Mulch nodding his head in agreement that the great Odin could be the reason Naruto didn't die when he was drifting at sea. Yeah, it's a true miracle he's even alive, said Mulch as he looks at the chief of the island. What about the little one's parents? Asked Stoic, wondering about the whereabouts of parents. Both Mulch and Bucket has their head down, as a sign their parents are dead or either lost at sea. I see, a true tragic, said Stoic as he thinks of his dead wife Valka. He also knows how cruel the sea can be. A/N. No knows that Valka is alive. When suddenly they hear laughing when they see a baby Naruto throwing the fishing net over a baby Hiccup who's staring at the NW resident of Burke. The three men laugh at the scene. Well, I say he found his occupation, said Stock. Both Mulch and Bucket are shocked that Stoic are allowing them to adopt little Naruto. Bucket looks at the chief in hope, hoping that this isn't a dream. You really mean it? Asked Bucket. Stock nods his head. He can obviously tell Naruto likes both Mulch and Bucket, and tearing them apart would be just cruel, and also the boy might not bond to everyone. Aha, yeah, I do. Now's let's get the fishnet off of Hiccup and get Naruto some clothes and all baby essentials, said a laughing Stoic. And the day continue with buying Naruto all the things he wants and needs. Flashback end. I wonder how Slug Out likes his gift, said A/N. That's what he calls Snotlout, a grinning Naruto thinking about his latest prank on Snotlout. Oh well, how cares, said a grinning Naruto as he pedals for more findings. Back in Burke with Snotlout. As Snotlout grabs his baffle axe getting ready for training and puts on his shoes, he notices something he can't let go out his hammer, and his shoes smell like yak milk and skunk. As Snotlout struggles to get free, he hits his face against the hammer, getting his face stuck. He grunts in annoyance, knowing only one person capable of doing this, and not getting caught or seen. "Naruto, I'll get you for this," yelled an angry Snotlout as he forced to walk to the village to get the glue-like substance off of him. As he makes his way to Goober to get rid of the glue substance, he awkwardly knocks on the door. Galba answers the door, seeing Snotlout in awkward position, laughs his ass off. One of Naruto's classist pranks," said Goober, who's still cackling. Snotlout just grunts. Ever since Naruto started his prank, Snotlout has always been his easy target. No one was phased from his pranks. "Can you take this sticking stuff off, or what?" yelled an angry Snotlout. "I can, but you ain't gonna like it," said Goober. Snotlout raises his left eyebrow at this. "Goober, them size the sticky stuff he put on your hammer is jelly. Jelly from a blue-horned jellyfish. They use the jelly to trap their prey, and the only way to get it off is bathing in chicken urine. How he got the jelly is a mystery to me," said a deadpan Goober. Snotla's response was pretty obvious: Naruto. With Naruto. As Naruto sails the ocean, he lands to an island. "Well, this island is interesting. I wonder if there's anything useful," said Naruto, as he grabs his spear, getting ready for any hostile animals on the beach. As Naruto searches the island for anything valuable, he notices a strange creature laying on the shore. It has a long neck. The skin of the creature is glossy black. The creature has bright green eyes. It has 4 heads. It has razor-sharp teeth, a pitchfork-like tongue. The creature has 4 web-like web. It has a 6-foot-meter tail. Naruto notices to the creature has a deep cut on its side, its right front flipper. Naruto slowly walks to it closely to observe the cut, but suddenly one of the heads opens its mouth, and its fork-like tonnage comes out. Naruto quickly jumps to the drop. As he looks at the creature heads, he remembers something important and life-changing. "You're a Doomfang," said Naruto, looking at the glaring 4-headed dragon. The now confirmed shouts blue fire next to him. He sees it was a python. The blue flames froze the snake. Naruto was shocked, but then noticed something. "You're hungry, ain't you?" asked Naruto. The Doomfang just grunt at this, not allowing its pride not be shot down. Naruto gets up, going back to his ship, and grab his fish net that has the shark into it. He also brings the healing ointment. A/N. The sharks he caught are tiger and great white shark. As he drags the net full of sharks, he notices the very hunger look of the dragon causes Naruto chuckle at the terrifying fear-class dragon. Naruto opens his fish net. He drags a great white shark with him, which is 3 times larger than him. As he sets the giant fish in front of the dragon, Naruto quickly backs away. The Doomfang, without warning, dives into his meal, each head savoring and loving the taste of its meal. While this is going on, Naruto moves to the Doomfang right flipper. He applies the ointment. The Doomfangs feels something strange on its flipper. He looks at his right flipper, seeing Naruto applying the ointment. The Doomfang glares, spins around, glaring at Naruto, ready to make the 10-year-old Naruto its new meal. Naruto then raises his hand in a stop motion. As this is happening, the dragon stops its glaring, gently presses its many heads against Naruto. Naruto smiles at this. "What, you know, they were all wrong about you dragons all along. You aren't a monster, you're an animal." "So how you feel?" asked Naruto. The Doomfang looks up at Naruto, as knowing what's he talking about. The Doomfang started to move its right flipper, no longer feeling pain. It makes a growling sound which sounds happy. "You wanna eat some more shark?" asked Naruto. The Doomfang nods his heads. Naruto builds a fire and cooks the sharks. Naruto then smirks. "I can see this as a beautiful friendship, don't you think, Blackheart?" asked Naruto as both man and dragon eat together. Thus starts how Naruto got his first dragon. A week later, Naruto returned later, which got everyone worried about the blonde fisherman. Naruto told his dad and Uncle Bucket he got lost. They took the lie, but everyone thought it was weird that Naruto to get lost. They decided not to think about it too much. They were just happy to have Naruto. But Naruto didn't actually leave Blackheart behind. No, he has Blackheart on a large island he found when he was 5. Chapter 2. It has been over 4 months since Naruto became a dragon rider of the infamous Doomfang. To say nothing changed for Naruto and Blackheart would be like saying Mildew is a nice, kind, and friendly guy. Everything has changed. Naruto and Blackheart were the first team. Naruto is able to catch even more food, thus gaining Naruto the nickname Lucky 9 if his fishing luck was to go by anything. Naruto and Blackheart are the perfect team. When one makes a mistake, the other has the other's back. Naruto even found out Blackheart is protective around Naruto. But today Naruto are creating a new game called Dragon Skis. As Naruto walks over to Blackheart, he makes a leash and ties it around 2 of Blackheart's heads. "You ready, buddy?" asked Blackheart. The dragon nods his head. As Blackheart goes faster and faster, Naruto starts to lose his balance, causing him slip and slide across the water like a rock when you're skipping rock. Black swims after Naruto, carrying Naruto on his back, looking at Naruto. "Ouch, okay, that hurt like a lot. But I'm not done. Ready for another round, Blackheart?" Blackheart grins at Naruto, showing his sharp razor jaws. They then take off again. They were able to stand for 2 minutes until Naruto starts to slip, falling on his back, making the painful sound of back slamming on water. Blackheart winces as he sees Naruto swimming up to him, grabbing onto the rope and getting into position. Alight pal one more time, but this time how about going a little slower than picking up pace, asked Naruto as he pats Blackheart on the back. Blackheart nods his forehead. He then slowly takes off, then starts to pick up speed. Naruto then starts to stand up. They are like this for 5 minutes. Blackheart smirks and Naruto grins. We did, oh yeah, yelled Naruto as he and Blackheart continued to dragon ski. Alright buddy, let's go fishing. How does that sound, asked Naruto. Blackheart smirks. Naruto then gets onto Blackheart's back as Blackheart takes him to Naruto's ship. Naruto steps onto his small ship. Alright, time for you to get your catch, ordered Naruto. Blackheart follows Naruto's orders, diving down into the water as Naruto walks over to his fishing nets and fishing trap pots. He takes out the fishing net as he struggles to pull it out. Why in Odin's beard is this so heavy? Said Naruto as he struggles. When he finally pulls the net out, he finds giant fish, crabs, lobster, baby orca, narwhal, and 2 dead bodies that look like they belong to a berserker. Oh, like what I found, said a grinning Naruto. Naruto then goes over to the other net, and he pulls out a net. This net caught sharks, fish, swordfish, giant octopus, 7 beetle, purple starfish, jellyfish, and a giant leech, but he also sees a small box. What the yak is this treasure? Said Naruto as he opens the little box and he finds a map. I wonder where you lead to? Asked Naruto as he looks at the map. It's 3 hours away, so the island is called Ravage Horn Island. Sounds interesting, I might check this island out someday, said Naruto. He then walks over to fishing trap, pulling it up, and the pot is filled with shrimp, green-tailed leeches. Leeches that reach to 6 inches long. They have a horrible scent that lures predators away. They emit the scent from their green tails. They enjoy to eat barnacles, crab, and lobster. Naruto then smirks at seeing the green-tailed leech. I'm so going to prank the pants off out, slug out, said a grinning Naruto. With Blackheart. Blackheart, the mighty sea dragon, is in his element, swimming and hunting its prey of all sea creatures he likes. Sharks, dolphin, iron turtles, a giant turtle with a steel-like spiked shell. The turtle is red, in a snapper, able to destroy even the largest ships. The turtle is the size of a full-grown whale, and whales. Luckily or unlucky, whoever you may be, Blackheart sees a family of bull sharks. Blackheart then starts his hunt. The sharks swim away in fear, but they are no match with grace. That a terrifying Dufang posse comes at them like angry Viking on a war path. Blackheart charges at the sharks, capturing each one in each of his jaws. Blackheart then swims up to the surface with each sharks in his jaws. Naruto then whistles in amazement. Blackheart, I'd said it once, and I'll say it again, you are one amazing dragon, said Naruto with proud. Blackheart gives Naruto an eye smile with each of his heads, but with sharks in each of his mouth, gives the mighty Dufang an even more terrifying look. Man, if people saw Blackheart now, they would probably be in Valhalla right about now, said Naruto, laughing at the scared faces of the villagers. Okay buddy, put them down, and I'll meet you later, said Naruto. Blackheart then carefully drops to the sharks. Naruto then rubs under each of the chins. The dragon growls in pleasure. Blackheart then swims away, heading away, going to the island Naruto had showed him. Naruto then continues to sail back to Berk, but he can't help but wonder about Ravage Horn Island. He never heard of it, but it sounds quite interesting. As Naruto makes it to shore, he drops to shore. Naruto then has a sweat drop on the side of his head. Oh, look, a wagon, and a really big one, thought Naruto. As he struggles to put today's catch in the wagon, he then places his spear on the wedge. As he struggles to pull the heavy wagon through the town, everyone waves to him. Of the things I do for fishing, oh well, come on Naruto, just a little more, said Naruto. 20 minutes later he make it to Chef Simon Van Hook. The chief then walk outside to empty some trash. That's when he Berk's best, an upcoming fisherman. Hey Naruto, I see you have quite a catch, said Simon. Simon has blue eyes, he has brown long hair and beard. He wears a brown shirt, chain mill tank top, he wears brown fur arm warmers, black pants, and white boots. He's the chef of Berk. Both Naruto and Simon made a deal. If Naruto helps Simon's, then Simon will give Naruto fishing equipment. Naruto then waves his hand, smiling at the chef of Berk. Hey Simon, I got some fish and a bunch, said Naruto. Cass, he struggles to pull the wagon, which is overloaded. Simon's eyes sparkle at seeing the huge load of fish. All of this should last at least for weeks, said a grinning Simon. Thank you Naruto, I'll have your new fishing gear next week, said Simon as he takes 3 sharks, 20 shrimp, and 3 lobsters. Okay, see ya, said Naruto. Now with his wagon gotten a little less heavy, it makes it slightly easier to carry through the town. Naruto then heads to Cleef Stoic to give him the fish so Stoic can give it away to the villagers. After I give Stoic the catch, I'll start building my next prank for Slug out, thought a grinning Naruto. Naruto sees Stoic house and knocks on the door. He doesn't have to wait for the door to open. A 10-year Hiccup answers the door. Hiccup smiles at seeing his best friend. Hey Naruto, back from fishing I see, asked Hiccup, but it came out more of a statement as he looks at Naruto's wagon full of various sea creatures. Hey Hiccup, is your dad home, asked Naruto, hoping to prank Stoic. Nah, dad is out with the other Vikings hunting, said Hiccup, wondering why his blonde friend wanted to know. Naruto grins, but it soon becomes shit-eating grin. Hiccup deadpanned at the shit-eating grin. Naruto plans to prank dad, isn't he, thought Hiccup. You plan to prank my dad, don't you, said Hiccup. Naruto rubs his hands together, and grinning heavily, looking like a supervillain with a plan to rule the world big time. My skinny friend, exclaimed Naruto with his arm wrapped around Hiccup's shoulder. Let's go to my house, need to put them in a freezer, said Naruto with Hiccup walking behind him. Then he raised his eyebrow at his blonde companion. Freezer? What's a freezer? Hey Naruto, what in Thor's hammer is a freezer? Asked a confused Hiccup looking at his blonde friend as he grins. A freeze, it's something I made, said Naruto. You made this freeze? What does it exactly do? Asked Hiccup, which Naruto smirks. Yeah, I made it, but it needs some improvements, but basically it's this container that keeps the food you want frozen, answered Naruto, enjoying the look on his best friend's face. Wow, that's amazing, Naruto, said Hiccup with amazement. The two then make it to Naruto's home. They see Mulch sharpening his axe and Bucket petting a chicken for some reason. Mulch looks back seeing his son and Hiccup walk in the back with a wagon full of sea creatures. Hey son, how was ye fishing? Asked Mulch. Good, same as always. Hiccup then looks at the blonde man with a bucket on his head. Bucket, why are you petting a chicken? Asked a confused Hiccup. Because if I pet it, the chicken will give me 3 wishes, said Bucket. Don't ask, I'll explain to him later. You two have fun, said Mulch, waving Naruto and Hiccup away. Dad, do you think Uncle Bucket's bucket is too tight? Asked Naruto. He then hears Hiccup chucking Mulch, then sigh, probably, said Mulch. Naruto and Hiccup head to the back of house. Naruto then leads Hiccup to the back where they find a large box covered in leather and chain mail. Naruto then opened the large container showing small fish with fish frozen until ready to eat. This is a freezer, I wrapped it in leather to contain the cold air, said Naruto. Naruto then grabs a butchering knife, starts cutting up the fish. He then orders Hiccup to put the crab, lobster, and shrimp in the freezer. Hiccup looks at Naruto. Wow, that's amazing, Naruto. I was wondering, can you teach me how to fish? Asked Hiccup as he puts the sea creatures away. Sure, next time when I need ice or when I'm fishing. Can you do me a favor? Can you give me my spear? Asked Naruto as he's pointing to the spear. As Hiccup goes to pick up, Hiccup misses the smirking face of Naruto. As Hiccup tries to lift the spear, he finds he's having a hard time after 3 minutes. He still couldn't pick up the stupid spear, which is weird since Naruto has been carrying the spear around since he was 6. Why in Odin's beard is this thing so heavy? Grunted Hiccup. If Naruto smirks anymore, his face might split into. That's because that spear weighs 100 pounds, said Naruto. Are you serious? Asked Hiccup. Yep, said Naruto as he halfway down cutting the sea creatures. You're freakishly strong, declared Hiccup. Naruto smiles. Why thank you, now finish cutting the swordfish. I need start creating my pranks, said Naruto. Okay man, this is hard, I know, right, yelled Naruto. As he goes into a furnace room, Naruto placed the beetle purple starfishes. Naruto then wait for 5 minutes to heat up. Naruto takes out the starfishes and crush them. Naruto then smirks. These are special starfish, unlike other ones. Starfishes predators try to avoid eating them due to they can give you a rash, thought Naruto, as he's grinning like a madman. He then grabs a seat cushion and fills it with the crushed beetle purple starfish. Naruto then stitches it back up. Naruto then heats up the leeches. After a minute he takes out the leeches, he crushes them and then puts them into a cloth. He then grabs a piece of a black string and wraps around the clothes. He then wraps them in cur-like box. He then writes from Anonymous. What are you doing? Asked Hiccup. Naruto just smirks. A prank, said Naruto. Now let's go, Hiccup, yelled Naruto as he quickly runs away to go to Snotlout house, leaving Hiccup far behind. How can he be so fast? We're the same age, said Hiccup as he tries to follow his friend. Sadly for Hiccup, Naruto was the athletic one and fishing one. 15 minutes later, Hiccup sees Naruto placing the bag of leeches down at Snotlout door. Naruto walks away with his hand in his pocket. As he turns head, seeing Hiccup breathing hard. Hi, said Naruto as he waves to Hiccup. Hiccup's left eye start to twitch. Hi Naruto, I see you done, asked Hiccup. Naruto just smiles like a Cheshire cat. So, now what now? Asked Hiccup. Now we wait, said Naruto, enjoying the confused look. We wait? But why? Asked Hiccup, looking up at his friend as he's still confused. First lesson of fishing and hunting is patience. When you're fishing or hunting and you've set up a trap, you must wait for what you're hunting and fishing for takes the bait for it, said Naruto as he went into lecture mode. Hiccup then has a clueless expression. Sorry bro, but no, said Hiccup. Naruto then has a downcast at his brother and all but blood. It's okay, said Naruto. They didn't have to wait long to see Snotlout. Oh Naruto, are you on a date with your boyfriend? Taunted Snotlout. He missed seeing the smirking look on Naruto's face. Hey look, I got a love letter, yelled Snotlout. Wait for it, whispered Naruto. They didn't have to wait long. They then heard a girlish girl. What in Thor's hammer is this stuff? Hey I'm so itchy, why, yelled Shotlout. Naruto and Hiccup are on the floor laughing their asses off. They then take off running, laughing at hearing Snotlout being itchy. They then make it back to Hiccup's home. Luckily no one is home, so Naruto places the seat pillow. So we wait? Asked Hiccup. Yep, my Viking friend, said Naruto. 5 minutes later they see Stoic coming inside, seeing Naruto help out the shrimps, sharks, and lobsters. Hey Naruto, Hiccup, said the chief of the village. He then smiles at seeing the catch. He was thankful for the young blonde. Always an amazing catch, my boy. Do you think you can maybe teach Hiccup to fish? Asked Stoic. Naruto nods his head. Stoic then sits in his seat. The seat explodes, having crushed starfish and jellyfish jelly, gluing Stoic to the seat. Stoic tries to get up but finds out he's stuck to the seat. What in Odin's beard, what is this? Yelled Stoic. He then looks at Naruto laughing with fresh tears in his eyes. He looks at his son, who is also laughing. Stoic face turns angry red and yelled Stoic. Naruto slides under Stoic. The chief of Berk then tries to grab Naruto. Naruto jumps in the air, landing on Stoic's shoulders. Get off of me, boy, yelled Stoic as he tries to grab Naruto again but fails. Naruto then hops onto the family table, jump off it, and run outside. Stoic tries to run after Naruto, fails to get out of the door. Naruto waves to Stoic. You shall remember this as the day you almost caught fisherman. Naruto yelled Naruto as he runs away, ignoring the yells of the chief, but when suddenly he runs down someone, making Naruto land of his, but he sees two fraternal twins. The boy wears a dark brown long furry animal vest with a very light pale green tunic that goes all the way past his hip. Around his waist there's a brown sash-like belt that is tied around. He also wears light gray blue pants and dark brown furry boots. On his arms he wears a long brown armcloth armband that starts at his elbows and ends at his wrists. His helmet is studded with 4 horns, the top 2 are bull-like, and the bottom 2 resemble ox horns. Without his helmet, his long blonde hair, that ends with a brownish tint, is unevenly divided in the middle and appears to look like dreadlocks. Particularly in the second film his teeth are somewhat uneven. His necklace's pendant is a large claw or tooth that may have come from a dragon. He's relatively skinny and tan skin with dark blue eyes. The girl wears a light brown, animal skin-like mini vest and a dark blue tunic that goes a little over her hip and ends in tatters. She wears a grayish-brown short skirt that also ends in tatters. Around her waist she wears a metal leather belt with an unidentified metal crest in the middle of it. The girl wears dark brown leggings and dark blue furry boots. On her arms she wears a long dark gray cloth brace, somewhat similar to what Astrid wears, that starts at her elbows and stops at the wrist. A bit of the cloth also goes through between her first and second finger. The girl's helmet is studded with 4 horns, just like her brother's, albeit being longer and more slender. The top 2 are thinner bull-like horns while the 2 bottom horns are longer and curved. Without her helmet, her hair is evenly divided in the slightly to the side and short bangs across the left side of her face. She has 2 small braids near the top of her hair and longer braids that reach to her waist. There's also an additional braid on her back. Around her neck, the girl wears a necklace with the pendant of a tooth or claw that may have came from a dragon. She's skinny for her age and has tan skin, just like her brother, along with a pair of pale blue eyes. The 2 twins stare at Naruto with amazement, but if you look at the girl's face you'll see a scarlet blush on her face. Naruto raises his left eyebrow, feeling uncomfortable being stared at his blonde counterparts. After 2 minutes silence the twins decide to break the tension. You just pranked Stoic the chief? Said the male twin. Yeah. Answered Naruto, still uncomfortable at being stared at. The Viking twins, that's so dangerous. Stated the female twin, gazing at the blonde fisherman. Yeah, well, so is Mildew, but we still keep him around, stated Naruto. The twins started laughing at the joke. So who are you two? Asked Naruto. The 2 stopped laughing. The boy puffed his chest out. I'm Tough Nut Thorsten, said the now boy. The girl then pushes our brother on the ground and sit in his back and grinning at Naruto. And I'm Rough Nut, said the girl. Okay, and what you want? Asked Naruto. We want to learn how to prank, declared Tough Nut as he's still pinned down by his sister. It's true, we want to do pranks in the name of Loki, so, can you teach us? Asked Rough Nut, smiling at Naruto. Naruto smiles back. Yes sure, answered Naruto. Yay! Exclaimed both Rough Nut and Tough Nut. Rough Nut and Tough Nut then stand up. Can we hang out tomorrow? Asked Tough Nut. Naruto nods his head. Sweet, see ya, Naruto. Yelled Tough Nut, running back home. Rough Nut then turns around, looking at Naruto with a scarlet blush across her face. Is something wrong? Asked Naruto. Rough Nut then shakes her head. No, I just can't wait to see you tomorrow. Exclaimed a blushing Rough Nut. Naruto waves back at her, giving her a toothy grin. Rough Nut blushes deeper. What's this? My heart is beating fast, thought Rough Nut as she catches up with her brother. That Rough Nut, she is pretty, said Naruto as he walks home. 15 minutes later Naruto makes it home. Hey dad, I'm back, yelled Naruto. Bulch and Bucket cooking the shark meat. Naruto, you back? I'm so glad, yelled an ecstatic Bucket as he gives Naruto a big hug. Naruto pats Bucket on the back. I miss you too, Uncle Buck, but can let me go. I like having my spin in one piece, said Naruto as he groans in pain at having his back squeezed by the huge Viking. Okay, said Bucket as he puts Naruto down. Naruto breathes out exhaustingly. Thanks, Uncle. Man, that smells good, Dad. So, what are we eating tonight? Asked Naruto. Mulch smiles at his son. We're having fried shark meat, shrimp, and crab claws, said a cheerfully Mulch. Hey Dad, do you have any butter? Asked Naruto. Yep, why you? Asked Naruto. Mulch. Naruto then grins. I wanna make garlic butter, stated Naruto. Gaelic butter, stated both Mulch and Bucket. Yep, it's awesome, just you want, said Naruto. He then goes into the kitchen. He then grabs the garlic and butter and starts mixing it together with a wooden ladle. He then grabs some lemons. Naruto then spreads the lemon juice on the shark meat, shrimp, and crab claw. He then dipped the seafood in the garlic butter. Both Mulch and Butch look uncertain at what Naruto did. I know it might seem weird, but come on, you'll like it, stated Naruto. They started to bite the food. Once they bite it, the 2 Vikings start eating the seafood as if they haven't ate in a week. Naruto chuckles at his dad and uncle. He then eats his own food. The next day Naruto got dressed and met Tough Nut and Rough Nut in the middle of the village. Hey Blondie, said Tough Nut. Rough Nut punches her brother. You dummy, so are you, stated Rough Nut. Her brother punches her back. Naruto just sweat drop at the scene. Ah, you're blonde to Rough Nut, said Tough Nut, as she pushes Tough Nut, then continued to punch each other's shoulders. They then headbutted each other, both knocking each other on the floor. We're all blondes, yak for brains, said Naruto. Now come on, I have to prank a certain blonde, said Naruto. Who, me? Asked Tough Nut with a confused face. Naruto just sighs. Just follow me guys and learn, said a smirking Naruto. 10 minutes later they arrive, seeing a blonde female. She has long, blonde hair wrapped in a braid down her back, bangs that initially cover the left side of her face, and a leather band across her forehead. In the first movie, Astrid wears a striped steel blue sleeveless shirt, tan cloth bracers on her arms. Each bit of cloth goes between her first and second finger, with arm wrappings above them. A red skirt with spikes surrounding it, and another black skirt underneath the spiked one, and dark blue pants. She also wears a skull emblazoned belt with a pouch tied to it, and shoulder pads. Oh, it's you, fish boy, I see you brought some friends, said the blonde female with her small battle axe. She smirks at seeing Naruto with his spear. Were you talking, Astrid? Asked Naruto as he acts like he didn't hear anything. The twin giggles. Astrid's face glowed red from embarrassment. You idiot, stop playing around, fish boy, demanded Astrid. Naruto smirks. Okay, let's do it, axe girl, said Naruto as he twirls his spear with a confident smirks. He then moves his hand to his back pocket and chucks a paint balloon at her face. What the? Before she could finish her sentence, Naruto throws another paint ball and another before she's covered in orange, blue, yellow, red, and green. Naruto, yelled Astrid. She tries to run after him but trip and falls. What's with this paint? Yelled Astrid. The twins are on the floor laughing their ass off. Naruto puffs his chest out, letting out an evil laugh. Wahahaha, that isn't any normal paint, it's paint mixed with jelly and honey, laughed Naruto, and no one is saved from me in the name in Loki. Wahahaha, yelled Naruto. Naruto then runs away, leaving the three blondes. That was funny, said Tough Nut as he laughs. He's so cool, said Rough Nut with a blush. Astrid grits her teeth in anger. I'll girt you, fish boy, yelled Astrid. Naruto is standing on the edge of the island. He then runs and jumps down with a smirk on his face. But when suddenly Blackheart jumps in the air, catching Naruto on his head. Naruto smirks at his dragon buddy. Naruto is sitting on Blackheart's head. Hey buddy, how about some hunting? Blackheart smirks as they search for something to hunt. They see a dragon who relies mostly on its two sets of wings, one primary and one smaller set to the rear, using them to get around and move through the water like a tornado. These dragons have stubby legs and long, skinny tails. It also has a series of backward-facing spikes sticking out of its back. The dragon body resembles several marine creatures such as a basking shark, a whale shark, a manta ray, or a baleen whale. Its head somewhat resembles that of an anglerfish. It looks like a thunderdrum, said Naruto as he gets his spear ready. How about we hunt that dragon? What do you say, said a smirking Naruto. Each of Blackheart's head nod. They then swim after the thunderdrum. Naruto then stands up. He then throws his spear on top of the thunderdrum. The thunderdrum howls in pain. The sea dragon then dives in the ocean. Blackheart, quick dive, I need to get back dad's spear, order Naruto. He jumps off of Blackheart, diving down in the ocean. Blackheart jumps in the air, diving in the sea along with his human partner. Chapter 3. As Naruto and Blackheart dive down to retrieve Naruto's spear he got from his father on his 6th birthday. Naruto then thinks back at how happy and excited he was when he got that spear. Flashback 5 years ago. An excited 6-year-old Naruto is bouncing on the bottom of his feet. If he bounced any more, Odin would probably feel the stomping of a 6-year-old Viking. His friends are also there at Naruto's party. Hiccup is smiling at his friend. Other than fishing, he sure loves birthday parties, thought Hiccup, looking as his blonde best friend. Astrid is also there. Wonderful, what kind of gift her rival would get. She honestly has never seen him this excited. We'll excerpt when he comes back to the village with his load of fish. And as for Snotlout, or in some cases Slug Out, but the only one who calls Snotlout Slug Out is Naruto. He's mostly against his will by his father. On the sidelines, Stoic, Goober, Spitelout, Mulch, and Bucket are smiling down at the children. Stoic, the chief, turns his attention to Mulch and Bucket. Your boy sure is a great fisherman, said Stoic in a tone that has nothing but praise. And ye boy is strong, declared Bucket. Each of the adults raised their eyebrow at the declaration. How strong can 1 6-year-old be? He's strong. How strong is the little fisherman? Asked Goober. Mulch then rubs the back of his head nervously, not sure how to explain the strength of a 6-year-old child. Well, Stoic, you see, last week after we went fishing with little Naruto, we saw Naruto dragging a small bull shark, which I'm sure you all know how heavy they can be, said Mulch. Is everyone shocked? Your boy is able to carry a small bull shark? Asked Spitelout with a raised eyebrow, finding it hard to believe a 6-year-old boy able to carry a bull shark, or any type of shark, or any large fish creatures. It's true, I saw it with me very eyes, said Bucket. Both Stoic and Goober trust the words of Mulch and Bucket. They both knew either of them were the type to lie. Well, it seemed the little fisherman is quite, said a smirking Goober. He always had high hopes for Naruto. He could just tell Naruto would do something great. I'll be back, I need to get Naruto's last present, said Mulch as he goes in the back getting the gift. What gift did Mulch get Naruto? Asked Stoic. Bucket then put his fingers into a be quiet like motion. Shhhhhh, it's a secret, you ruined the surprise, said Bucket. All the adults just shook their heads at Bucket. The adults then walk over to where the children are. They stood upon an interesting sight. Hiccup, tangled in a large fish net. Astrid is on the floor with her legs wrapped in some rope along with her arms. She's obviously glaring at the smirking blonde. And Snotlout has a fishing net over his head and a rope tied to his legs. The adults then start laughing at how Naruto was able to tie up and trap his friends. I was almost like Loki helped him. Alright, let's get these kids untangled. Sigh Goober as Stoic, Bucket, Spitelout, and Goober untied the children. They then hear footsteps. Everyone looks behind them, seeing Mulch carrying a long wrapped item wrapped into fur with multiple strings tied. That's one big present, thought everyone, seeing the large present. And here's your last present, Naruto, said Mulch. He then is surprised seeing how fast the little 6-year-old can run. Naruto doesn't waste any time tearing the wrappings apart. When pulls apart the fur, he sees a spear made out the fang of a Leviathorgan. The spear has the Leviathorgan's fang for its tip. The molding is made out of metal. The socket is metal with black bandages wrapped around it. The staff is also wrapped in black wrappings. And the end of is a medium-sized black cub. Naruto then picks it up, but not without struggling. This is awesome, Dad, believe it, yelled Naruto as he has his spear in a throwing. But if you look closer, you will see Naruto's arm to shake at how heavy it was. He'll need to learn how to use it, thought all the adults. Flashback end. I can't lose that spear. No, I won't lose that spear. It's something Dad and Uncle gave me, thought Naruto as he tries to get his spear back from the Thunderdrum. Naruto sees Blackheart coming in close. Naruto then narrows his eyes. The longest I can underwater is 30 minutes. Thought Naruto. He then grabs onto Blackheart's tail. One of Blackheart's heads looks back at Naruto, who's holding onto his head. Blackheart throws Naruto. As Naruto flies over Blackheart, he raises his head, catching Naruto. Naruto then smirks at his dragon for catching him. Blackheart then opens its mouth, shooting each of his mouths. He then shoots multiple blue fireballs at the Thunderdrum's long tail and wide wings, freezing them solid. With the sea dragon's wings and tail frozen, slows the giant beast down. The beast then struggles to swim with his frozen parts. The Thunderdrum then glares at the duo as it struggles to swim. Blackheart then hurls his head back, launching Naruto from his head. As Naruto is flung off of Blackheart's head, his body is flung around from the increased speed. As he tries to gain control, he stops flailing arms and legs. As he gains his balance back, he then starts swimming in a diving form. He then gains a serious face as he narrows his eyes, locking his eyes onto his spear. There's no way in the 7 seas I'll lose that spear to that overgrown lizard, thought Naruto, with his voice having nothing but confidence. As he swims after the Thunderdrum, he gets closer and closer to the Thunderdrum. He then reaches his hand out. He grabs onto his spear. He plants his feet on the dragon's head. He then tugs and pulls onto his spear. Darn, it's already been 30 minutes. I don't know how long can I hold my breath, grunted Naruto as he struggles to pull out his spear, but due to the Thunderdrum waving around trying to throw Naruto off its back. Naruto then grips his hands tightly on his spear. Naruto then yanks his spear out. Yes, I did it, cheered mentally, having his own party. The Thunderdrum howls in pain as the spear is brutally removed. The sea dragon hurls its head up, launching Naruto out of the sea and in the sky, launching 30 feet in the air. Crap, 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 crap. Super crap, this sucks so much, yelled Naruto as he starts flailing his arms, yelling about too young to die. As he falling back into the ocean, Naruto closes his eyes. He then prepares to take a deep breath, but then he stops falling. What in Odin's beard is happening, said Naruto as he thinks out loud. Naruto then opens his eyes. He notices he's on Blackheart's head. Naruto smirked at his dragon. Each of Blackheart's heads then smirked, showing their sharp viscous teeth. Thanks, buddy, said Naruto. Blackheart nods his head. Naruto then shivers. I'm so cold, said Naruto as he's shattering his teeth. Come on, Blackheart, let's go back to land, said Naruto. Blackheart and Naruto continue to give to an island for Naruto to dry off. Naruto then rolls over. He's now laying on his back. Naruto then closes his eyes, enjoying the ride. He always did like fishing, since the waves of the sea would sometimes calm the young fisherman down when he's having a bad day or when he's stressed out. Man, this is the life, calm sailing. Swimming after that Thunderdrum taught me a lot. For one, I can only be in the water for 30 minutes. I either need to train so I can be underwater longer or find a way to be underwater longer, said Naruto. He then closes his eyes, enjoying the ride while he's thinking of a way to allow to stay underwater longer. Naruto turns his head over to the other side as he watches fishes, whales, sharks swim by. Blackheart, man, those sharks are so lucky they spend their hunting and going on adventures, said Naruto. He then whines in envy at the ocean's perfect hunter. Naruto then squints his eyes at watching the sharks swim. They make it back to a large island with a giant cave. As Blackheart makes it to the island, he lowers his head as his head has been lowered on the sand. Naruto then slides down onto the sand. Naruto then sits down, having a rest from getting back his spear. Man, I'm so tired and wet, says Naruto. He then sneezes very loud, dramatically. Each of Blackheart's heads tilt. The dragon waddles on the beach. Blackheart then wraps his body around the young boy. Naruto then raises eyebrow at Blackheart. Blackheart's body then starts to heat up, allowing Naruto's clothes to get warm. I didn't you know you can do that, buddy, asked Naruto. His dragon shrugs his heads. Thanks Blackheart, I thought I might get said a smirking Naruto. Blackheart then makes a roaring-like sound, almost sounding like laughing. Naruto then gets up from the ground. Blackheart watches his partner stretching. Naruto then cracks his neck, allowing the sound of bones cracking. He then raises his leg, he starts kicking in the air, he then gets hold of his spear. Naruto then spins it around and shadow fighting. Naruto then smirks at his body warm and feels a whole lot better. He turns his head looking at his small boat. Naruto notices his ship is beat up and has cracks around it. Naruto then sweat drops at his beaten up boat. Ugh, I need a better boat, groans Naruto. As he shakes his head, maybe I can convince Stoic to give me another boat, wondered Naruto. He walks over to his beat up, he sees a large book has the words Guide to Mystery of Dragons written on the book. On the book is a drawing of a green dragon with horns, red eyes and whiskers. AC, think of how Shinran looks like. He picks up the book and pulls a charcoal pencil. He opens the book with the words Doomfang. Naruto pick up his charcoal pencil. Blackheart, now sit still, said Naruto. Blackheart grunts back at his human partner. Naruto then continues draw his dragon and fill all information. Naruto heard there was a book at Berk that had all dragons in it, but he knew there had to be more dragons that nobody has heard of, so he plans to make his own dragon book. Come on Blackheart, let's get out of here, I need to talk to Stoic, says Naruto. He then pushes his boat into the water. Blackheart then waddles back in the water. As Naruto sails his boat, he sees a familiar looking ship. Naruto then realizes this is a trader's ship. He then sees a man who has dark brown hair and beard tied into a twist knot. He wears an off-white sack hat on his head, long-sleeved shirt with deep blue white swirled imprinted tunic and deep red sari over it, light gray cloth bracers on his arms, each bit of cloth goes between the second and third finger, brown belt with a yellow pack and knife around his waist, multicolored pinstriped pants, and light brown. Before the man can see Blackheart, he ducks down. The trader looks down, seeing the energetic blonde waving at him with a huge grin. The older man waves back at Naruto. Holy shot, my boy, what you doing in that beat-up boat? Yelled the old man. Naruto then sighs as he rubs the back of his head nervously, having a grin. Yeah, I know, Trader Johan, I'ma try to convince Stoic to give me a bigger, said Naruto. Trader Johan nods his head in an understanding-like tone as he understands the need for a new ship. So anything new that has happened? Asked Trader Johan as he looks down at Naruto. As in return, Naruto smirks back at Trader Johan. Yep, I found 2 berserker skeletons and a map, answered Naruto. Trader Johan raises his eyebrow. A map? To where? Asked Trader Johan. I'm not sure, I'll ask Stoic and Goober, maybe they'll know, said Naruto. What's the name of the island? Asked Trader Johan while looking curious. Ravage Horn Island, said Naruto, hoping Trader Johan will know about the mystery island. Naruto then looks down at the ocean man that was close. Trader Johan, almost Blackheart, thought Naruto. Trader Johan looks confused. No, sorry, never heard of it, answered Trader Johan. You know, this reminds me when I visit this deep forest island called Saber Peak, said Trader Johan. Naruto raises his eyebrow at the strange name Saber Peak. What's that? Asked Naruto, wondering what's so special about this island. It's a giant deep forest, said Trader Johan, thinking back to the deadly island. What's so special about the island, Trader Johan? Asked Naruto. The island is surrounded by a forest. It's inhabited by a giant dragon, but the dragon isn't what you should worry about, is the island. The island itself is dangerous. The island eats dragons, said Trader Johan. Naruto eyes widen at the aspect of a forest-eating dragon. Trader Johan, how do you know this? Asked a curious and slightly scared Naruto. Trader Johan start to massage his beard. When I was on the island, I saw giant trees and vines wrapped around a monstrous nightmare, and the dragon got eaten by a large tree, said Trader Johan. Naruto then nods his head, understanding how dangerous the island is. Wow, that's some island. Well, I'd better go, I have to get a new ship, said Naruto. Trader Johan waves hand at the young boy. Okay, see you around, young fisherman, said Trader Johan as he turns his boat around, heading to another island. Naruto waves goodbye to Trader Johan. He throws his fishing net over. I wonder what's Roughnut doing. Probably annoying the living yak out of her brother, said Naruto with a smirk and sly look on his face resembling a fox. He then rubs the back of his head nervously as he looks at his boat. Ugh, I need a new boat like pronto, stated Naruto. Blackheart then raises his heads with sharks and dolphins in his mouth with blood dripping from his mouth. Naruto looks at his dragon, who has a look of pleasure. Naruto looks in wonder as his dragon eats the shark and dolphins, but Naruto's eyes are focused on the 2 sharks that's being devoured. I wonder, thought Naruto. He then gets out the days. He then raises his net. 10 lobsters and 10 fishes. Naruto smiles at his catch, and it's a light load so his ship won't break on him. Okay, time to head back, stated Naruto. Blackheart follows behind Naruto halfway, then does his own thing since the people of Berk can't see him, or they will kill first and ask questions later. After arriving back on Berk, he pulls catch of the day and heads to make a deal with Stoic. He knocks on the door. Oh hey Naruto, said Hiccup. Naruto waves at him. What's up, said Naruto. What you doing here? Naruto gives him a half smirk. I came to see your dad, said Naruto. Hiccup then has O expression, then has a deadpan. You're going to come in, aren't you? Stated Hiccup. Naruto then smirks at Hiccup and nod his head. Naruto walks inside his house telling Hiccup about his day. After 20 minutes, Naruto brings out 2 large buckets. Hiccup raises his eyebrow. What's with the large buckets? Asked Hiccup. He then watches as Naruto brings his catch of fish. He then puts his catch into one of the largest bucket. I'm going to teach you how to skin a fish, said a smirking Naruto. Hiccup has a confused look on his face. Why are you teaching me how to skin a fish? Asked Hiccup. Naruto's smirks even grew larger. It's simple, you need to learn how to skin and learn how to fish since you're also a fisherman. You might not be the best fisher, but you're still a fisherman no matter how much you suck, and when I say you suck at fishing I mean you really suck. I mean a retarded bear is even better than you, said Naruto as he watches a deadpan and downcast Hiccup. Gee, thanks for the confidence, said a sarcastic Hiccup. Naruto then laughed. You're welcome. Now shut up, little brother, and pay attention, ordered Naruto, but it didn't come out rudely, it came out more as a half joke and somewhat serious. Naruto then would continue to teach Hiccup how to skin the fishes. After 20 minutes later, Stoic and Goober comes and seeing Naruto and Hiccup skinning the fish, Stoic face turns angry red seeing Naruto and freshly remembers Naruto's prank. Naruto yelled. Stoic. Naruto looks up at Stoic. You're not still mad about gluing your butt to the chair, are you? Asked Naruto. Stoic continued to glare at the blonde boy. Stoic then start to chase Naruto around with Naruto dodging him. This continued for 3 minutes. Naruto then grabs some of the fish skin and heads then starts chucking at them. Naruto managed to somehow lure the fish heads into Stoic's mouth, causing everyone. After another 5 minutes everyone calms down. Stoic then sits down in his seat. So, what do you need, Naruto? Asked Stoic looking at the smirking boy. I want to make a deal with you, said Naruto. Stoic just raises his eyebrow at the mention of a deal. What kind of deal? Asked Stoic. I'll teach Hiccup everything about all he needs to know about fishing, sailing, how to prepare certain sea creatures, and in return you fix my ship, said Naruto, but he knew the only way for his ship to be possibly fixed is to get a replacement. Okay, but why do you need an upgraded version of your boat? Because I found a map. A map to an unknown island called Ravage Horn, said Naruto. Stoic and Goober eyes widen at the name of the island. You to know this Ravage Horn Island? Asked Hiccup. Both of the men nod their head. Yes, we do. It's a desert island with some of the most dangerous dragons, creatures, and plants. We barely were able to escape with our lives, but sadly for men, Vikings died on that island, said Goober. The three then look at Naruto's face, seeing he's actually excited. Why are you so excited? Asked the deadpan Goober. Because as a fisherman traveling uncharted island is exciting, plus we all know I'm the best to go to that island. After all, I am trained by you two and my father and uncle, said a confident Naruto as both of the men exchange a look. You know he's right, Stoic. Remember, he once killed a snow bear with a battle axe when he was only 8, said Goober. Yes, I agree. If anyone able to survive that island is Naruto, but it's not up to me, it's up to Mulch and Bucket, stated Stoic. Naruto and Hiccup eyes widen. You mean if I can convince Dad and Uncle Bucket I can go? Question Naruto. Stoic nods his head. Naruto uses this chance to leave and the young blonde hurries out the door. Well, we should have a lock on his boat, huh? Goober asked the deadpan Stoic. Goober nods his head. They then go to check what's wrong with Naruto's ship. Naruto then runs back into Hiccup's house. Hiccup raises his eyebrow. Back already? Asked Hiccup. Naruto shakes his head. No, I forgot the lobsters. See you later, said Naruto as he runs out the door. Hiccup just sighs to himself. He sure is in a hurry, thought Hiccup. Back with Naruto after sprinting home, he puts away his spear and book. He looks around the house, not being able to find his dad and uncle. He then decides to head to the back of the house, and he sees both his father and uncle getting milk and eggs. Hey Dad, Uncle Bucket, I need to talk to you, said in a serious tone. Mulch looks worried at his son, wondering what's on his mind. Sure, my boy. Come on, Bucket, looks like a family meeting, said Mulch. Bucket then looks confused. What's a family meeting? Asked Bucket. Mulch just shakes his head. I'll explain later, said Mulch. They back in the house, they walk into the kitchen to table and they see a piece of paper which looks like an island with the word Ravage Horn Island on the map. Mulch and Bucket are shocked looking at the map. So Stoic and Goober were right. You and Uncle been to this island before, said Naruto. Where did you get this, Naruto? Asked Mulch. When I was fishing I caught 2 dead bodies of berserkers and a box with the map inside it, said Naruto. Mulch shakes head. Why, I'm not surprised, of course you would find a map when you're fishing. I swear you have the luck of a Stardust Neon Fang, said Mulch as he's massaging the temple of his head. Naruto just raised his eyebrow. What's a Stardust Neon Fang? Asked Naruto. It's a dragon that has the ability of luck and can produce special stardust and any other form of dusk. But that's not the point, said a frustrated Mulch. What I want to know is why did you bring this map out? Asked Mulch. Because I want your approval to allow me to go to Ravage Horn. Stoic said. If I get yours and Uncle approval, said Naruto. No way, that island is too dangerous. Absolutely not. Those monsters almost killed Bucket, and those dragons are the reason why I lost my foot and Bucket's hand, yelled Mulch. Naruto just frowned at his dad's words. Dad, I know you don't want me to go, but I need to go. You can't just have me be on lockdown if you want me to grow and become a great fisherman, but even a greater man, said Naruto. Both Mulch and Bucket have a downcast. After 8 minutes of silence, Mulch sighs loudly. Alright Naruto, you can go, just be careful, asked Mulch. Naruto nods his head. When are you going to leave? Asked Bucket. In 2 weeks, said Naruto. 2 weeks later, Naruto sitting down with Ruffnut, who's chuckling at hearing a story where Naruto pranked Mildew, replacing his fresh water with squid ink, honey, and jelly. She couldn't but to laugh. Naruto joined her in laughing. You didn't get caught, asked a chuckling Ruffnut. Naruto smirks. No, plus there's no evidence I was even there, laughed Naruto. Cool, said Ruffnut. She then gets in Naruto's personal space, smirking. Naruto matching her smirk with his own. The two blondes stare at each other. Ruffnut then tackles Naruto to the ground. They both roll around on the grass field. Ruffnut then land on top of Naruto with her sitting on his lap. She's holding Naruto's wrist, smirking at him. At her when I win, Foxy said it cheerfully. Ruffnut, her, and Naruto's faces are inches away from each other, both of them feeling each other's warm breath. Naruto just smirked at his fellow blonde. Or did you, said Naruto. He then licks her nose. This caused Ruffnut to blush cherry red. Naruto takes this change to roll each other over, and Naruto now sitting on Ruffnut laps. I win, I always win, stated Naruto as he smirks. Ruffnut just huffs. Fine, you win this time, Foxy, said Ruffnut. Naruto gets up, pulls out his hand. Ruffnut grabs his hand, smiling cutely at Naruto. Sue, what you wanna about, Foxy? Asked Ruffnut. I'm going to be leaving within 2 hours, said Naruto. Ruffnut then has a downcast at the notion of her crush leaving. Where are you going? Asked a saddened Ruffnut. Naruto took off her Viking helmet and started to massage her head to this island called Ravage Horn. It will take me 8 days, said Naruto. This even made Ruffnut even sadder. Oh hey Ruffnut, how would you like to see me off? Asked Naruto. This got Ruffnut to smile. Sure, Naruto. 2 hours later, Naruto and Ruffnut are walking to the docks with 2 large bags. The ship is a medium-sized boat. After 3 minutes of silence, Naruto decides to break the tension. Hey Ruffnut, when I get back I'll take you fishing, said Naruto. Ruffnut smiles. Sure, see you, Naruto, said Ruffnut. Naruto then hugs her. See you later, said Naruto, as he gets ready to leave the port. Ruffnut grabs his wrist. Ruffnut then kisses him on the cheek. Naruto breaks out of trance. Naruto then takes off, heading towards Ravage Horn. Chapter 4. As Naruto sails through the ocean heading Ravage Horn Island with his best friend and partner Blackheart the Doomfang, also known as Nightmare of the Seas. As Naruto sails through the steady sea, the blonde boy rubs his cheek that was kissed by blonde bombshell Ruffnut. He still remembers the warm, soft, smooth red lips of Ruffnut. Naruto cheeks then turn scarlet red at remembering the touch of Ruffnut's cheek. Blackheart then looks at its best friend. Blackheart shakes its forehead at its partner. They may have known each other for years, but Blackheart still doesn't really understand Naruto or human. The Nightmare Dragon doesn't believe it can ever or will understand Naruto. Naruto then raises his eyebrow at feeling of being stared at. The young fisherman turns his head, seeing Blackheart giving him a bland look. What you looking at, big guy, teased Naruto, glaring at his dragon. Blackheart then slams its head against Naruto's body, causing the boy to fall down, groaning at having one of Blackheart's heads slam against him. What is that for, yelled Naruto, glaring at Blackheart. It's not like I called you a girl, said Naruto. He then sees his dragon giving him a bland stare. Wait a minute, you're telling me you're a female? Asked Naruto. Blackheart nods each of its head. Wow, so you're a girl? Asked Naruto, as he sails his Viking boat. Naruto then shrugged his shoulders. What do you know? You learn something new every day, said Naruto. Blackheart growls in response. As she nods her head, she then rubs her head against Naruto. He then rubs her head, causing each of her heads purr. Naruto smiles at his best friend. Yeah, I forgive you, buddy, said Naruto, but for some reason the young fisherman has a bad feeling. Hey Blackheart, are you getting a bad feeling in your stomach, girl? Asked Naruto as he glares up at the sea as he sees dark clouds arriving. Blackheart nods her head. She then growls, looking at the upcoming storm. She then turns one of her head, looking at her partner. She then nods her head. She hisses and shows off her fangs. She then dives down underwater. As Blackheart dives under the water, she then sees a narwhal whale charging at Naruto's Viking ship. Blackheart quickly rams into the narwhal whale. The whale howls in pain as one of Blackheart's heads bites the whale's fin. Blackheart then swims around the whale. Blackheart then swing back at the whale. As Blackheart's swimming towards the whale, the scales on her flippers spread out, becoming sharp, dangerous blade-like scales. As Blackheart charges at the whale, Blackheart then slashes at the right side of the whale's face, blinding the whale. Blackheart turns her head. She then launches her heads at the whale. She wraps 2 of her heads around the whale's neck, crushing the whale. She then bites into the whale's stomach, thus killing the whale. Blackheart then swims up to the surface, grinning at Naruto with blood coming down from her teeth. Naruto just gives her a bland look. Had fun, Blackheart? Asked Naruto as he stares at the dragon. Blackheart nods her head as they stared at the dark clouds. Blackheart, get ready, this going to be one hell of a ride, ordered Naruto. Blackheart nods her head. She then dives into the water. The waves are about to get a little bumpy. Well, at least the storm isn't horrible, just a little rough, but nothing to be disaster, said Naruto. As he pauses, he then keeps his eyes open in case something damages the ship, but I still need to be careful. After all, the sea gives no one a break. The sea truly is one of the dangerous things in the world, said Naruto, as he sails his Viking ship through the bumpy waters. As Naruto sails through the bumpy sea, the waves are pushing against Naruto's ship, but he doesn't falter since he has dealt with sea before. But he also sailed during storms, lightning shower, and when the currents of the waves would smash the rocks, and ships, when the waves would get violent, would cause the sea creatures to wash against shore, which was good for the fishermen who didn't dare go fishing in a storm. But sadly for the unfortunate people who are sailing, fishing, or just traveling could and would die. Luckily for someone like Naruto the fisherman, he never actually died, but there were a few times when he was in extreme danger. Luckily Naruto had Poseidon watching over him. You would think he would stop sailing if he was in danger not once but 4 times. Some of the people would be scared shitless at some of the things that have happened before. Flashback - 2 years ago. Some people might call you nuts while others call you batshit fucking crazy or crazy ass son of a bitch. These words would be to describe a young boy sailing through the harsh waves. As each wave smash against each other or in most cases smashing against rocks. You're most likely wondering how can be so damn right fucking crazy. Well, the little boy who decided to fish, or what most people call it a goddamn suicide, this insane probably soon to be dead child is none other than Berk's very own Naruto the fisherman, or what he likes to call himself, Naruto Prince of the Sea, as the hit against Naruto's boat. The blonde is grinning like an idiot. Most of Berk believe Naruto being an idiot to go out in a storm to fish except for his dad, Goober, Uncle Bucket, and Stoic, since they have actually gone fishing with the young fisherman, and to their shock, Naruto was somehow able to catch a hammer shark, baby narwhal, bull shark, sea lion, catfish, giant lobsters, yellow rockfish, piranhas, and koi fish. The 4 men were shocked at his catch on that day. They knew Naruto was born lucky. They each suggested Loki, god of mischief, or Poseidon, god of the seas, has something to do with his incredible luck. But that doesn't mean the Viking men actually like Naruto fishing in the dangerous ocean. To be honest, Naruto didn't even ask if he could go fishing. No, Naruto sneaked out, stole a boat, and decided he would go fishing in the storm. Man, Dad and Uncle Bucket are going to be so mad, but it'll be worth it, believe it! Yelled a smirking Naruto as the water splashed against his ship. Back at Berk. At Berk it is pouring as everyone tries to get inside and get the animals inside before they died from the cold weather, but for someone like Bucket and Mulch, they are running around their yard trying to find their son/nephew. Where in Thor's hammer is that blonde boy, groaned Mulch as he searches everywhere around the house. Also, including the backyard. Naruto, come out, I'll give you candy, said Bucket as he searches through the egg's nest for some reason. Mulch, seeing this, raises his eyebrow at his friend. Mulch taps Bucket on the shoulder. He then turns around looking at Mulch. Bucket, what are you doing here? Asked Mulch. Bucket then smiles at his longtime friend. I'm playing hide and seek, said Bucket. Mulch shakes his head as he sometimes wonders if his longtime friend brain is fried. Bucket, we ain't playing hide and sneak, said Mulch. This shocked the bucket wearing Viking who believed him. Mulch and Naruto are playing hide and seek. We aren't. I thought we were playing hide and seek, yelled Bucket. Mulch then shakes his head negatively. He then sighs loudly. No, Bucket, we are looking for Naruto, said Mulch. We are, said Bucket, who is shocked. Yes, Bucket, groaned out Mulch. I'm Mulch, Bucket, yelled a man who sounds like an old man. The 2 fishermen turn around to see Mildew, who has a scowl on his face. Which isn't surprising since the elder man always had a permanent scowl. Some of the villagers and people of Berk suspect Mildew always had a scowl. Mulch groaned while Bucket just blinked his eyes. What do you want, Mildew, said Mulch as he didn't really want it to deal Mildew. Mildew then smirks mischievously. Watcha looking for Mulch? Asked Mildew. Before Mulch can respond, Bucket decides to answer. Mildew, we're looking for Naruto, yelled Bucket. Mildew then massages his beard. Naruto. Ah yes, I do remember seeing Naruto, stated Mildew as he smirks at the 2 men. Both Mulch and Bucket are surprised at the fact Mildew knows the whereabouts of Naruto. Where have you seen him, yelled Mulch, glaring at Mildew. I've seen the boy an hour ago. I saw him running towards a ship. I believe he took one of Goober's ship. It sure is dangerous for the boy. I sure do hope he'll come back okay, said Mildew as he smirks. He then head back home. Mulch face turns crimson red with anger. When I find him, that boy is so grounded, snarled Mulch. With Naruto. Naruto then walks over to the railing. He then grabs the huge fishing net and throws the fishing net overboard. He then patiently waits for the sea creatures to be catches in the net. As he does that, he then throws it over. He then quickly walks over to the sail. He picks up the fish trap. He then walks over to the bulwarks. He then slowly lowers the trap. He then goes back to the ship's wheel to steer the boat. After 3 minutes of sailing, he goes to check the fishing net. Naruto smirks, showing his fangs. Inside the fishing net is baby great white sharks, manatees, crabs, shrimp, clams, clownfish, mini octopus, sea snake, and vampire squid. This catch is so awesome, you know, yelled Naruto. He then rushes over to the other side to pull up fishing trap. As he pulls it up, the cage is filled with fish, shrimp, and baby lobster. Naruto then brings both catch, but then he feels something hitting against his ship, causing Naruto hit his back against the fender of the ship. He struggles to get up due to him slamming against the fender. Naruto finally gets up. He walks over to the bulwarks to see what's slamming against the fender. He then groans in pain. Son of a yak. That hurt. Just what in Odin's beard is happening, groaned out Naruto. He then looks over and sees 2 full sharks slamming. He then looks back at the fishing net, watching the 5 dead infant sharks. Naruto then groans loudly. You off. Son of a YK, yelled Naruto loudly. Naruto then grits his teeth at the sharks. There's no way in Valhalla I'm gonna lose to 2 brainless fish, stated Naruto. He then grabs a spear. He then aims it at one of the sharks. He throws the spear, launching it at the shark, piercing the predatory of the sea through the spine. Naruto smirked. Got ya fish sticks, grinned Naruto. Suddenly something hits the ship, causing Naruto to fall over the ship. The young blonde is scared at falling into the water, now becoming food for the family of sharks. No, 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 crap, I don't have anything to defend myself. Wait, there's still the dead shark, thought Naruto, but before he falls into the water he lands onto something hard. He groans at landing on something hard. He then looks at what he's fallen on, and sees a shell, not just any shell but the shell of a giant turtle. The turtle he landed on was a Goliath saber turtle, a 50 feet tall turtle weighing around 78 billion pounds. Unlike some turtles, this turtle is both land and water turtle. It has an iron-like shell while its skin is tough as steel, making killing the great beast near impossible to get through. The turtle has viscous blade-like claws capable of ripping through a massive boat with ease. The massive turtle's beak able to chomp through iron. The turtle looks like a cross between alligator snapping turtle, mata turtle, and leatherback sea turtle also. Unlike most turtles, this turtle actually eats meat, and it's bad for the sharks since the Goliath saber turtle loves sharks. As the Goliath saber turtle hops over the boat, the massive turtle lands on top of the sharks, killing them, having the weight of a 78 billion pounds turtle landed on them. The turtle then swims under the water. Naruto then holds onto the shell tightly. As the turtle swim under, it starts to eat the sharks in one bite. This caused the blonde fisherman to be shocked. Oh wow, a turtle that eats meat. Well, that's new, but who cares, this turtle is awesome, thought Naruto with full excitement as he grips onto the turtle. He then watches as the turtle eats sharks. The huge turtle then rises to the surfaces. As the turtle rises its body from the ocean, Naruto then walks onto its shell, then onto its head. Naruto then jumps onto his ship. He then turns around facing the turtle. Naruto then smiles. Thanks for helping me, big guy, said Naruto. Flashback over. Naruto then shakes his head from thinking about meeting the giant turtle. Naruto then steers the wheel, causing the ship to turn sideways as he tries to block the medium-sized waves slamming against his Viking ship. While he's able to turn his ship sideways as this happens, Naruto gets his teeth as he struggles to block his ship from the rough wave. Darn it! This is so hard, but then again I am fighting against the sea, thought Naruto as he hangs on tight to the steering wheel since he rode onto the wave, sending him flying onto the waves. He then growls as he slams into the wave, having the water splash over the young blonde face. While this is going on in the surface, Naruto's partner in crime is also having a rough time swimming in this weather, but it's nothing the mighty Doomfang can handle, since she's used to dealing with the waves. But just like her dragon rider, she's aware of the cruel sea. The sea doesn't give anyone mercy, not even the fearsome Doomfang. Blackheart then snarls as she tries swim and not get hit by the wave. If Blackheart was any lesser of an animal, she would have probably been killed by the cruel and unforgiving ocean. As she swims, she skillful dodges and bites the sea creatures coming at her. While she's having a battle, Naruto continues his battle with the mighty ocean. Most people might be damn right scared, but Naruto. No, he was happy. No, Naruto is ecstatic. Most people wouldn't be happy. Hell, even the greatest fisherman wouldn't be as excited as Naruto. He then starts to laugh in excitement with a full-blown smirk. Naruto then howls in excitement. Yes. This where I belong. I'm in my element, you know, yelled Naruto as the waves crash against him. But I wonder what's that island truly like, said Naruto as he glares heatedly as water hits his ship. With Rough Nut. Unlike for Naruto, whereas it's a huge and facing the elements, another blonde is having her own inner battles. Not completely sure what she should, but again, lucky for her and the people of Berk, it's not raining, it's actually quite sunny. But not even the female blonde twin Rough Nut can enjoy the beautiful day. The young blonde girl Rough Nut is at home walking around in circles. The reason why the female twin of Tough Nut is walking in circles while sucking on her thumb is because she's going over everything that has happened yesterday. Oh my god! Oh my god! I CC can't believe I JJJ just Kiki kiss and a Naruto on the CC cheek, said Rough Nut. Her face then becomes dark crimson red. She stops walking around circles. Her face then turns even more red, reaching an atomic red. If possible, the Viking maiden would have steaming coming from her ears. Oh my Loki, Naruto's cheek is so warm, said Rough Nut as she starts to become giddy at thinking about kissing Naruto's cheek. She then falls on her, but she then lays down on the floor. She exhales a breath, causing the strands of hair to get out of her face. Rough Nut then groans loudly, then rolls around on the ground in frustration at not being able to choose what to do. Ugh, I don't get it. I like Foxy, but I don't know what to do, yelled Rough Nut. I shut up, sis, yelled Tough Nut, who's across the hallway. Most twins or siblings would share rooms with each other. Except these two twins, due to both blondes believing in I need my own room and I'll catch something from her. But if you actually think about, a male and female sibling would want their own room, makes sense even for the somewhat dim-witted blonde twins. You shut up, toe liquor, yelled Rough Nut. She then gets up, getting into her bed. Ugh, I think I'll ask around, asking about Naruto. Maybe I'll ask Naruto's friend, said Rough Nut. She then snuggles into her bed, going off to dreamland since it's night time. As she falls asleep, she enters the dream world, dreaming about a certain blonde fisherman. The next day, Rough Nut grabs her helmet and some toast. She then walks out the door. Okay, I need to talk with Mulch, Bucket, Stoic, Hiccup, Goober, Astrid, And Snoutlout said Roughnut she thinks about the people who she asked, then she has a bland face. Yeah, I think I won't ask Slug out. Ahaha, Slug giggled Roughnut. She then heads to Goober's weapon store. When she's walking by the various of houses and shops, the young blonde couldn't help but wonder what's going to happen today. After she and her brother have met Naruto, her life has gotten interested. They especially had fun when pulling pranks on people. She enters Goober's Wellen store, seeing the dragon-killing Viking polishing an axe. Her eyes then glow in amazement at the sharp axe. Cool, stated Roughnut. Goober turns around, seeing Roughnut. He smiles, seeing the young Viking maiden. Ah, Roughnut, is good to see you. Did your dad sent you? Asked Goober. Nah, I just wanted to ask you something, said Roughnut. Then ask away, I'll be happy to answer any questions you have, said Goober. He then stops polishing his axe. Now focus on the female Viking. How did you meet Naruto? Asked Roughnut. Goober then raises his eyebrow at the question. Of all the questions she asked, he was surprised by this one. You want to know how I met Naruto? Asked Goober. Roughnut gives the elder Viking a half smirk. Alright, I'll tell ye. It all started 6 years ago, said Goober. Flashback. 6 years ago. Mulch and Bucket are walking into Goober's shop with a young Naruto on Mulch's shoulders. Naruto then starts to sing about the ocean. Song started. Song called I've been working on the railroad. I went swimming in the ocean on a summer day. I went swimming in the ocean and kicked, and splashed and played. After lunch we looked for seashells. I found 3 or 4. You can hold one up to your ear, and hear the ocean roar. You can hear the ocean roar, hear the ocean roar, hear the ocean roar, 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 hear the ocean roar, 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 and hear the ocean roar. Once I saw an octopus in the deep blue sea. I called, Mr. Octopus, won't you swim with me? Then out came his tentacles, so very long and straight. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. 3 little fish, see how they swim. See how they swim, round and fast they go. Now they are going very slow. 3 little fish, 3 little fish. Song end. Mulch chucked at his son while Bucket hummed in tone. They then enter Goober's show. Goober turns his head, seeing who enter his shop. Bucket, Mulch, and Naruto walk into the shop. Goober waves at the small family. Hey Mulch, Bucket, Naruto, good see you, said Goober. Same to you, Goober. Bucket and I need your help, said Mulch. Goober tilted his head, wondering what the two want, and what that might be. Asked Goober. But before Mulch can say anything, Naruto jumps off of his uncle's shoulders and landing in front of Goober, shocking the large man. Naruto grins at him, showing off his fangs resembling a grinning fox. I want you to train me, stated Naruto while still grinning. Goober raised an eyebrow at the blonde boy. That's weird. Why would he want me to train him? I kill dragons, and from what I heard, Naruto wants to be a fisherman, not dragon slayer, thought Goober. Fine, I think I'll humor you. Naruto, why do you want to learn how to fight? Asked Goober. If Naruto's grin got any wider, it would split in half. Simple, Goober, if I'm amused by other Vikings or against an aggressive dragon. Also, if you train me, I will work with you and also get you a happy hand. I know someone who would love to work here. Just think about it, wouldn't it be easy having 4 extra hands, Goober, said Naruto. Goober strokes his beard, thinking over, and realizes he does need an extra hand. Okay, you got a deal, said Goober. Flashback end. After that, he has been working here. 2 days later, he brought Hiccup where I would teach both of them. Thanks to that boy, I needed more. I must say, training Naruto was much easier than training Naruto. Did this help you with anything? Asked Goober. Roughnut grins at Goober. Yeah, thanks, see you later, said Roughnut, as she runs out the door, missing seeing the smirk on Goober's face. Now that girl is on a mission, said Roughnut. As Roughnut walks towards Hiccup house, she's in deep thought, so I learn he looks out for his friends and is quite strong. From what I heard from Hiccup, Naruto's spear is heavy, more heavy than a normal spear. Cool, thought out loud, grinning like a fool. As the young blonde girl steps in front of Hiccup's house, she knocks on the door. Once she gains a mischievous smile, she starts knocking on the door really fast, but it was more like someone banging on the door. Which is surprising with Roughnut's little hands, but then again, Roughnut was the stronger one out of the Thorson siblings. She hears stomping from behind the door, but this doesn't stop her from knocking on the door. When the door opens, Hiccup is on the other side of the door. Hiccup had a deadpan expression on his face as Roughnut keeps knocking on his forehead. Roughnut, stop, groaned Hiccup. Roughnut finally stopped knocking on Hiccup's forehead. She grins at him. Hey, Hiccup is stoic here, said Roughnut. Hiccup blinked his eyes. He honestly thought she would ask about Naruto, but then again she was with Naruto when he left Burke. You want to talk to my dad? Asked Hiccup. She nods her head. Yeah, but I need to talk to the both of you, said Roughnut. She then leans into Hiccup's personal space. So is stoic here, said a grinning Roughnut. Hiccup then groans at the blonde. She was so hard to understand. Hiccup honestly doesn't think anyone would understand Roughnut or her brother. The only person who could possibly understand the Thorson twins is Naruto. Yeah, my dad is home, come on in, said Hiccup. They both enter Hiccup's house. They get treated to the sight of Stoic eating a piece of meat like he hasn't ate before. Hiccup groans at his father eating habits, but shouldn't be surprised since they are Vikings. Hiccup turns his head to Roughnut, drooling at the meat, said Roughnut. Stoic, hearing a female voice, looks up, seeing his son and one of his friends, Roughnut. Hey Roughnut, do you need something, said Stoic as he puts down the piece of meat. Yeah, can you tell me how you guys met? Naruto asked Roughnut in a nervous tone. Stoic raises his eyebrow and strokes his long beard. Why do you want to know how we met, Naruto? Asks Stoic as he narrows his eyes. Roughnut rubs the back of her head nervously. I just need to find something out, said Roughnut. Stoic gives her a piercing gaze and Hiccup raised his eyebrow. Roughnut blushed. Stoic had an idea of what's going on. Okay, I'll tell you, Hiccup and I have known Naruto since he was a baby, said Stoic. Roughnut widened her eyes. She didn't know Naruto had known Stoic and Hiccup that long, but she did knew Naruto knew Hiccup the longest though. Oh yeah, me and Naruto have known each other, but I also remember every time he had a fishnet he would throw it over my head, said a deadpanned Hiccup. Roughnut then giggles while Stoic laughs hard, holding his stomach as he remembers how Naruto would use Hiccup for target practice. Naruto would also help around the house when he's not fishing. I also remember when he first pranked Snoutlout, said Hiccup. Flashback 7 years ago. For Naruto and Hiccup are carrying a wooden stroller with water balloons the size of a bowling ball. Naruto grinning like a fox while Hiccup is also smiling. The reason for them smirking is smiling is because when Naruto and Hiccup were done fishing and bringing the fish back to Burke. On the way back into town they met a boy named Snoutlout. Sadly, meeting said boy didn't make the best impression. The boy pushed Hiccup down sadly before Naruto could defend him. Snoutlout quickly ran away and they both asked around have they seen him around, and luckily they found out where he walks around. So 3 days later Naruto had collected various things for his brand new prank. As they see the boy, Naruto picks up one of the balloons. Hiccup raises his eyebrows. So, what exactly is these things, asked Hiccup. He suddenly felt a little scared at Naruto's grin. Do you really want to know, asked Naruto with a sly smile. Hiccup then nods his head. Yes I do, said Hiccup, groaning at Naruto. He always did love to create a suspense-like aura. Naruto then shrugged his shoulders, still smirking. That would make Loki proud. These balloons are made out of fish guts, skunk spray, dragon piss, sour yak milk, seaweed, and liver, said Naruto. Hiccup face then turned blue as he puts his hand over his mouth like he's going to throw up. Naruto, that is so gross. I don't even want to know how you got the liver and dragon piss, said a sickly Hiccup. Naruto just laughed at him. He then grinned evilly. Kukuku, I'm gonna prank his but so hard, snickered Naruto. Hiccup got a little scared of Naruto. Naruto was always scary when he got in prankster mode. Hey look Naruto, there's the one kid, Big Lout, Sweatlout, Slugout, Snotlout was his name, said Hiccup, pointing Snotlout. Naruto then snickers at the word slug out. Ahaha, slug out, that's a good one, laughed Naruto. He then picks up a balloon. Hey slug out, yelled Naruto. Snotlout looked at who's calling him. He sees a blonde kid and a brunette. Before he can answer Naruto through the balloon, it hits Snotlout dead in the face. Naruto doesn't let up. He continues throw the balloons. Flashback end. Roughnut starts laughing her ass off. Of all the pranks Naruto did, that was his favorite one. Ahahaha, I can't believe that's Naruto's first prank. That's hilarious, man, laughed Roughnut. She holds her sides. Stoic starts laughing too. He always thought that was one of his favorite pranks. He liked. Hiccup laughed too. That prank was pretty funny. Ahaha, thanks guy, I'll see you around, said Roughnut. Both Hiccup and Stoic nods their head. Alright then, I hope you'll find all the answers you're looking for, said Stoic as he winks at Roughnut in all-knowing tone. Roughnut blushes at the all-knowing tone. Okay, see you guys later, bye, said Roughnut as she hurries out the house. She then heads to Astrid's training ground where she trains. The journey to the Astrid training ground doesn't take her long. She sees Astrid training with her, swinging her sword around. Roughnut picks up a small pebble. She throws it at Astrid. Astrid senses the pebble heading toward her. She swings her sword around, cutting pebble in half. She then sees who threw the pebble. She sees Roughnut in a throwing motion. Roughnut, what are you doing throwing a rock at me? Yelled Astrid, pointing her sword at Roughnut with her face red with anger. Roughnut laughed at the angry face of Astrid. Ahaha, I just wanted to get your attention, laughed Roughnut. Astrid then groaned. She honestly thought when Naruto left she wouldn't have to deal with any annoying blondes, but sadly she was wrong. She actually forgot about Roughnut and her brother, but she didn't believe one of the twins would try to annoy her. Ugh, just when I think my rival leaves for a few days I would get a break, but no, Roughnut had to ruin her peaceful day, thought Astrid. She then face palms her face. Great, what do you want? Roughnut asked Astrid. She quickly leans into Astrid's personal space, which creeps Astrid out. How close her fellow blonde is. Roughnut then has a sly smile. I want to know how you met Naruto, asked Roughnut. Astrid eyebrows switching viciously with the side of her lip also switching in annoyance. You want to know how I met that fish boy, asked Astrid. How can she forget how she met Naruto? It was honestly the first time the fisherman had humiliated her, and it sure as hell wasn't the last. It was that day she declared him her rival. Hey wait, why do you want to know how I met fish boy? Asked Astrid with her piercing blue eyes. Roughnut rubs the back of her head nervously with a pink blush across her cheeks, and shaking her hips side to side looking like a love-sick idiot. Astrid gains a deadpan expression. Astrid then gains a knowing expression. Wait a minute, you like him, don't you? Yelled Astrid as she grins at Roughnut. Her grin even became wider when Roughnut blush turned scarlet red. She then shakes her head ferociously. No, yo you got th the wrong idd, don't lily like na Naruto, stuttered Roughnut. Well, that look on your face says otherwise, said a grinning Astrid. She then puts her sword don't and smiles at Roughnut. I guess since you're my friend I will tell you how we met, said Astrid, still grinning at the blushing Roughnut. Flashback 6 years ago. A 5-year-old Astrid is swinging her battle axe around. The young Viking warrior has been at this for 6 hours. There had been rumors about how strong and skilled she is. They have accepted her to be a great Viking and a great dragon slayer. Her training sessions get interrupted by the sound of someone eating something. This caused a large crunch-like sound. This sound snapped Astrid out of her training state. She turns her head, seeing a blonde-haired boy with blue eyes munching on what looks like a fried fish. The said boy is also carrying a spear. She raises her eyebrow at the strange blonde as he eats the fried fish and staring at her. Why the yak is he just staring? I don't know, but his calm and careless expression somehow piss her off. Thought Astrid. She then gains a tick mark at the blonde staring at her. What in Odin's beard are you looking at? Yelled Astrid. The blonde boy then gained a sly smile. He waved at Astrid. Hey there, I'm Naruto. I heard of you. You're Astrid. You're one of the youngest and best Vikings around, said Naruto, smirking at his fellow blonde. Astrid then growled at Naruto's tone. Most people would be happy or thrilled to speak to her. Hell, they would praise her of skills at such of a young age. Hey, I know you. You're Naruto, you're Mulch's son and supposedly the best fisherman. But wait a minute, how come you aren't praising me or impressed like some other people? Yelled Astrid. Naruto just smirked, swirling his spear around. That's because I see you as a normal person. Yeah, you're skilled with weapons and probably going to be one of the best Vikings, and as for me, I might be one of the best fishermen, but at the end of the day we're just normal person. But then again, what's so special about you? Teased Naruto as he smirks at her, knowing he hurt her pride. Astrid's face turns red in anger and embarrassment. You annoying blonde idiot, yelled Astrid. Naruto just starts to laugh his ass off at the angry look on Astrid's face. Hey, stop laughing, fish boy, yelled Astrid. Naruto starts laughing harder, falling on his ass, holding his gut. He laughs so hard he starts crying tears of laughter. He then gets up. Hey, I have an idea. If you can beat me in a spar, then I'll stop teasing you, said Naruto, smirking at Astrid. Astrid grins at Naruto. Fine, I accept your challenge, fish boy. Get ready for the worst beating of your life, declared Astrid as she swings her axe around, glaring at Naruto. Naruto smirks at her with a wide grin. She charges at him, slashing left. Naruto uses his swear to block the slash. As they slash with each of their weapons, Astrid glared at Naruto. While Naruto smirked at Astrid, they jump back. She then charges at him, but Naruto jumps in the air, kicking Astrid on the top of her head. I fish boy, I thought you were going to fight me, not play around, yelled Astrid. She swings around her AC. Naruto blocks it with his spear. Hey, this is how I fight, said Naruto as he defends himself. He then blows a raspberry. Naruto then poked her in the eye. This action caused Astrid to yell in pain, gripping her eye after Naruto poked her. Son of a yak. You cheater, grunted Astrid. Naruto then smirks. He then swipes his spear under Astrid's leg, tripping his fellow blonde. Naruto steps on her chest, pointing his spear. Astrid neck. Give up, Astrid, I win, grinned Naruto. Astrid then gets up, start chasing after Naruto. Naruto then laughs hard, running away from her. He then reaches into his pocket and chucks a raw fish at her face. Flashback end. After that we had been rivals, and every time we duel he pulls out some trick and wins, growled Astrid as she does not like how she always loses. Ruffnut then falls on the ground laughing her ass off. The story was so funny she started crying and holding her sides. Ruffnut gains a huge tick mark. She then kicked Ruffnut in the shin, causing Ruffnut to squeal in pain. Hey, what was that for, yelled Ruffnut, rubbing onto her leg that had been kicked. She glares at her fellow blonde, but her glare has no effect on the young warrior. That's what you get for laughing, Ruffnut, yelled Astrid. Ruffnut just rolled her eyes at Astrid. She then gets up. Yeah, whatever you say, Ponytail, said Ruffnut. So did you learn anything from your boyfriend? Teased Astrid. This caused Ruffnut to blush red. She then runs away yelling, he's not my boyfriend. Astrid laughs at the embarrassed reaction. That'll teach her to laugh at me. So, Ruffnut likes Naruto. Who would have guessed? Well, her stupidness matches his stupidness, said Astrid. Back with Ruffnut, she runs at Mulch's house after talking to him, then she'll know what to do. Ruffnut then knocks onto Mulch's door. For some reason Ruffnut feels nervous, probably because she's in front of her crush's house and about to talk to Naruto's dad. Shin then shakes her head out of her thought. She hears footsteps. Mulch opens the door. He looks down, seeing Ruffnut, the daughter of Muffnut and Duffnut, A/N. I gave Ruffnut and Tuffnut parents a name since either of them have a name. He then smiles, seeing the little girl. Oh, hello Ruffnut, what are you doing here? Asked Mulch, wondering why one his son's friends doing here. Ruffnut starts to get nervous again. Hell, her heart start beating fast in her chest, feeling like her heart is about to bust out of her chest. I am one wanted TT to ask AA about NN and Naruto, asked a nervous Ruffnut. You want to ask about my son? Asked Mulch. He raises his eyebrow at the stuttering blonde girl. I wonder, does she like my son? Thought Mulch with a piercing gaze. Why yes Mulch, it's important, it's something I need to find out, stuttered Ruffnut, moving her body side to side. Mulch then snickers. There's no doubt in my mind my son Naruto has a girl going after his heart. Thought Mulch. Why don't you come in? Said Mulch, giving the young woman a charming smile. Ruffnut nods her head, entering the home of the fisherman. They headed to the cough. Both Mulch and Ruffnut sit down on the couch. He turns his head, smirking at Ruffnut. So, what do you want to know about my son? Asked Mulch as he smirks at Ruffnut. Blushes. I want to know how Naruto was when he was younger, asked Ruffnut. Mulch then laughed at Ruffnut. Hey, what's so funny? Yelled Ruffnut. Mulch then waves a calm down like motion. It's nothing, ahaha, so you want to know about my son, right? Asked Mulch. Alright, but Naruto has been the same, he's always played pranks, and he loves fishing, said Mulch. For hours he then tells Ruffnut a bunch of stories of Naruto. 4 hours later. Mulch and Ruffnut fishing, laughing at the story of how Naruto somehow replaced all of Meldo's chicken eggs with fish guts. Both of them were on their backs crying their eyes out. I can't believe and Naruto did that, laughed Ruffnut. But how did he do it, laughed Ruffnut. Mulch held his large gut while laughing. I have no idea. Most of things he does, I don't know how he does it, laughed Mulch. He then whipped away his tears. So Ruffnut, have you learned everything? Asked Mulch, smiling at Ruffnut. She nods her head. Thanks Mulch, I need to go home, we're having chicken for dinner, said Ruffnut, drooling at the thought of the food. She then walks to the door. Oh yeah, please take care of Naruto, said Mulch. Upon hearing this, Ruffnut blushed red and ran out of the door, and home. Mulch smiled at the sight of Ruffnut running away. Don't worry Ruffnut, I'm sure Naruto will return your feelings, said Mulch. Bucket walks in the living room with a fish. Who was that? Asked Bucket. It was nothing, don't worry about it. Now start skinning that fish, ordered Mulch. With Naruto 8 days later. After a long boar ride to Ravage Horn Island, both Naruto and Blackheart have arrived. Upon arriving at the island, both Naruto and Blackheart are shocked when he heard the island was a desert island. They each thought it was an inland covered in sand, but looking at it now they soon realize how dead wrong the duo are. The island is a desert, but it looks like a barren wasteland, looking a desert like alien planet covered with sand, sandstorms. To put it simply, the whole island looks like a giant desert. Naruto and Blackheart start sweat, and neither of two had stepped one foot on the desert island. Naruto turns his head to Blackheart. Blackheart, I think it'll be safe if you don't step on this island. When I come back I'll call for you, so for now just stay away from the island, ordered Naruto. Blackheart nods her head. She then swims back into the ocean to get away from the burning out desert. Naruto then takes off his shirt and arm warmers. He then heads to the ship. Picks up a self-made large backpack out of fur. He grabs his book and water container and puts it into the backpack. He then puts on a sleeveless shirt. He grabs his spear and glaring at the desert. So, this is the island that Dad and Uncle Bucket almost died, said Naruto as he walks into the desert island. As Naruto walks into the desert island, he has no idea what the island has in store for him, but he won't die on this island. As the young fisherman travels through the sand, but out of near, a large sandstorm hits Naruto in the face, causing Naruto to fall on his ass. Okay, that hurt like a lot. Stupid sandstorm, where the hell did it even come from? Stupid desert, grunted Naruto. He then picks himself up, shielding his eyes from the sand. Suddenly the sandstorm picked up, making it harder to see. As he travels through the sand, he sees a large rock. Naruto then runs towards the rock, hiding behind the rock. He then starts to breathe heavily, a clear sign of exhaustion at being in the heat. Naruto then wipes away the sweat from his temple. Naruto grits his teeth at the intense heat. Darn it, it's so freaking hot, grunted Naruto. He then reaches for his backpack. Not before he could reach for it, he hears a growling, hissing like sound. He looks behind him and sees a scorpion bat-like dragon. It has razor-sharp fangs. The scorpion bat dragon is around 10 feet 4 inches tall. The beast has bat-like wings, with the wingspan being around 5 feet long. It has the body of a scorpion and the face of a bat. It has scorpion-like fangs on the side of its face. The dragon is dark green and it has purple glaring eyes. Naruto gets nervous at the sight of the dragon. What the hell is that thing? It looks like a cross between a scorpion and a bat. Isn't? No, it can't be some type of hybrid. No, it's a dragon, thought Naruto. He then watches as the dragon claps its large pincers. The dragon then snarls at Naruto, opening its dagger-like fangs. Naruto stays still and not provoke the dragon, but Naruto stays alert. He looks left, right, and down for something to shield him from this dragon. Naruto then sees a echidna by his foot. He slowly picks it up, watching the dragon's movement. Okay, so what are you going to do? Said Naruto as he watches the dragon. The dragon tilts its head. The dragon then hisses at Naruto with salvia dripping from its mouth. Shit, looks like it's about to strike, grunted Naruto. As the dragon's mouth opens, its tongue comes out of its mouth. The tongue has purple liquid coming from its tongue. As the tongue is coming at Naruto, he quickly throws the echidna. As the tongue hits the echidna falls on the ground. Naruto then noticed the small animal isn't moving. Okay, so that dragon poisoned that echidna, but it doesn't look like the echidna is dead, just paralyzed. Okay, so don't let the tongue touch you very bad, said Naruto. The dragon then starts to fly and charge at him. Naruto then slides across the sand, avoiding the dragon. The dragon then tries again to paralyze Naruto with its tongue again. Naruto rolls right, narrowly dodging the attack. Darn it, it almost got me, growled Naruto. He then grabs a handful of sand, throws it at the dragon's eyes. Naruto smirks at blinding the dragon temporarily. The dragon then roared and thrashed around blindly. Naruto rolls left, avoiding the dragon's stinger. He then smirks. I think I know what to call you. I think I'll call you Lockjaw, said Naruto. He then picks up his spear, throwing it at the Lockjaw. The spear pieces through its chest, killing it. Naruto then falls on his ass, releasing a large breath he didn't know he was holding. Dear Loki, that was hard, groaned Naruto, whipping the sweat off his head. Naruto then stands up, walking over to the Lockjaw. He picks up the dead dragon. He goes back to the rock. He looks down, seeing the echidna still paralyzed. Dad wasn't kidding when he said the island was dangerous, said Naruto. He then reaches to his backpack, pulls out his book, he then starts drawing the lock draw and writing down about it. Naruto then puts his book in the bag and resting. After all, he did fight a dragon in the heat. 10 minutes later the echidna starts getting up and walks away. Naruto then narrows his eyes. So, the victim is paralyzed for 10 minutes, that's quite dangerous, said Naruto, as he watches the animal leave. Naruto grits his teeth in frustration. I can't stay here, I gotta leave, said Naruto, as he gets up traveling south. As he travels he then sees houses. Barry understand. As Naruto travels through the village he noticed he's now in the ruins of old island, so I guess this used to be in village before whatever caused this massive sandstorm, said Naruto, but unknown to him he is being watched by golden cat-like eyes. Naruto then enters one of the abandoned houses. As he looks around he notices the wall house has been destroyed, walls covered in scratches as if something large did this. He also sees the walls littered with blood stains. As he looks around he sees a skeleton body cut in half. The body looks like it belongs to a child. As Naruto walks around the house he sees a dusty old book. He picks up the book and starts to read it. Hello, my name is Ashina Uzumaki. I am writing in this book for anyone who stumbles upon this god-forsaken desert. It may be hard to believe that this once flourished green island is now a desert, but it's all thanks to that dragon. Well, that's if you could call it a dragon. The beast was something we never could have dreamed about. One day the dragon appeared and everything went to hell. The islands start becoming hot. Some of the water sources have dried up. The only water source that hadn't dried up in the large water source but is guarded by the grande stone blue-back crab, which is a very large crab capable of destroying our village. But when things couldn't get worse, some of the core have started died. We used to have rain, but ever since that dragon came it stopped raining, which made living on our island difficult. The only plants, vegetables, and fruit that have survived are water peach, it tastes like watermelon, and peaches, mango rum, a fruit that has alcoholic juice but it's good for you and has lots of proteins, lime berries that taste like lime. There would also be a plant that grows in a bush called ambernut. Medium-sized balls, but when you crack them open there's a green-like substance in them. They taste like green apples, tangerine, grapes, plum, and strawberry, but it also has a sweet and rich taste. Another one is called tropic lion, a plant that grows from the tree. It tastes like oranges, blueberry, and coconut. There will be cabbage tree. Tropic carrots. Another would be angel mill, a very tasty and healthy purple plant. Fire heart herb, able to heal most burns and injuries. Grass a type of herb that you crush, it allows you to lure away any beast. Blaze fairy horn, despite the name they're actually really sweet and cold. The seed keeps the berry from getting too hot. Widow glass, a large crystal clear looking banana. When you eat it, it can heal you from the temperature sickness or stay you're flying on a large bird or dragon, and you get air sick. If you suck on the widow glass it will relieve the air sickness. There will be palm trees, dragon tail tree, able to produce hard sap, enabling you to cut through steel and enabling you to withstand dragon fire for a few minutes. At Mosser, vine grain tree, a very large tree being over 299 feet tall. These trees are inhabitants of dust alone, a very large birds at the size of 5 feet 11 inches. They are able to hide within dust storms. And dragon lily crusher, a type of tree disguised as a sleep dragon, then when it comes closer it eats its prey. We thought the heat as hell. If the heat doesn't kill us, the animals and dragons, well, there are creatures called dingo raptor, a large dog that eats dragon lily crusher plants, a very kind animal. It also likes to eat valdas. It has hard tough fur. There's a tunnel turtles, they run through the dirt and eating insects and plants. Another one being a steel gain sabertooth, a giant silver sabertooth, but it only eats fish and rainbow fish, which are 7 feet tall. Luckily these animals don't eat human. The animals you truly jabe to worry are the Chishan, a massive desert feline that has the body of a lion and speed of a cheetah. This horrifying beast reaches 8 feet tall. Another dragon you must watch out are small flyless dragons. They are known as Valda. They shoot small explosive balls. They can also shoot air balls too. They travel in a pack. Just as we start to believe Hevan handled the cruel change on our island, we were sadly mistaken. Months later a huge sandstorm hits, killing various of people and crops. We thought it was a sign of Odin, but we were wrong. It was a sign of Surtur. It felt like we truly knew what suffering was. Know what we were dealing was the wrath of a demon. A few friends of mine decide to investigate the change of our island. This was a decision we will soon regret. Raza, Miu, Koharu, Danzo, Zabuza, Hanzo, Anoki, Pakura, Amuri and myself traveled to where the sandstorm started, and we were greeted to a dragon being 39 feet tall. Wingspan being over 11 feet tall. The dragon has dagger-like claws ready to rip its prey apart. It has a long sharp tail that is capable of crushing a person to death, cutting someone in half. It has 4 horns on each side of its head. It has lime green eyes. We have called this dragon Sandstorm Triton. We soon learn how this mysterious dragon is the cause of everything when it blew a powerful sandstorm at Danzo, Zabuza, and Raza, obliterating them. Not soon the dragon came to our village and destroyed it. I leave this book as a warning. Do not, and I mean do not, confront the Sandstorm Triton. It truly is a demon of dragons. As Naruto puts the book down he rubs his eyes. He couldn't help but feel sorry for these people at their cruel end. So this island is dangerous, probably as dangerous as the sea creatures at the bottom of the ocean, said Naruto. As Naruto searches through the house he finds fire heart herb. He then puts the herb in his backpack. These will come in handy. said Naruto. He then crawls quietly to the window. He peeks out his head looking if there's any predator. As he does this, he then notices it's already night time. The young blonde then yawns and groans at the long day he just had. But the young fisherman knew his hardship on this god-forsaken desert isn't even close to being over. Good, it's clear outside. Well, at least for now, said Naruto, as he narrows his eyes as he looks outside. Naruto then walks upstairs quietly, not to wake up any predators that might be sleeping. As Naruto walks upstairs, he notices the walls are covered with large claw marks. Naruto opens one of the doors. He notices there's a king-size bed. Even though the bed has claw marks and is ruined, the young fisherman just shrugged his shoulders in an uncaring way. Since the sandstorm Triton has changed the environment, he knew the houses that are now ruins probably wouldn't even be livable. But it seems like his father and uncle were right. He's not just fighting the animals, he's also fighting the island itself. Naruto honestly hopes he never meets the sandstorm Trishan. From what he'd read, that dragon isn't like any dragon he's ever heard of. Hell, he never heard of a dragon with the same class as this dragon. I think I will call this dragon class Titan Wing class, known for their massive amount of power and hostility. One of these beings have been known to change an entire island to make it more suitable for themselves. Whether it be ice, lava, swamp, forest, etc., it does not matter to these beings. Many have been known to be incredibly hostile to dragons and humans, said Naruto as he's staring at the ceiling. Day 1 of Ravage Horn Island completed. Let's see how day 2 is, said Naruto. Naruto then rolls over, closes his eyes, getting ready to sleep. The last thing on his mind is surviving whatever the island has in store for him and a certain blonde pigtail female. If only Naruto knew, his morning will be anything but good. The next morning, Naruto was awoken by growling, but not the growling of his stomach, but the growling of a creature. The growling was so loud it woke Naruto. As he opens his eyes, at the end of the door is a large feline, but not any large feline. It's the Chishin snarling at Naruto, showing its fangs. The Chishin is 8 feet 4 inches tall. It has the build of a lion but the legs of a cheetah. The large feline has the cheetah-like patterns over its fur, the mane of a male lion, tail of a cheetah, and the hybrid lion has yellow eyes. Naruto curses under his breath, son of a yak, curse Naruto. The large feline tries to slash Naruto with its large razor-sharp claws. Naruto quickly gets up, throws the blanket at the hybrid feline. The Chishin thrash around. As the Chishin tries to cut itself from the blanket, Naruto quickly runs down the stairs like his life depends on it. As Naruto was running downstairs, the Chishin finally freed itself. The large feline jumped onto Naruto's back, stabbing its vicious long claws into Naruto's shoulders. Naruto curses under his tongue, not allowing himself to scream. The hybrid then sink its fangs into Naruto's shoulder. The young fisherman would have screamed in pain, but with having a 560-pound feline land on him and falling down the stairs as both Naruto and the Chishin land on the first floor, Naruto looks around for something to defend himself with. Naruto quickly looks around and looking back at the Chishin, who is struggling to get up. Naruto then spots a rusted fork. Naruto then smirks, giving the feline a fox-like grin. I ugly, yell Naruto. The Chishin snarls at the blonde in anger. Naruto then throws the rusty knife at the giant feline, causing the Chishin roars in pain. The feline slashes across Naruto's chest. Naruto then runs into the living room with the feline on his ass. Naruto quickly grabs his spear. He glares at the Chishin, narrowing his piercing blue eyes. The hybrid feline glares back with a growl, showing its bloody fangs. Come on, you overgrown house cat, let's see what you got, taunted Naruto. Somehow the Chishin knew Naruto had just taunted the Chishin, then rushes at Naruto, ready claw out his throat. Naruto runs at the Chishin with boy, man, and animal with the intent to kill each other. As both fisherman and predator charge at each other, they each can only think about the other person's death. When both Naruto and the hybrid feline charge at each other, the two crash through a wall. Naruto groans in pain. Notice he has 3 claw marks across his right side of his chest. The Chishin growls in pain as it's been stabbed on its left shoulder. Naruto struggles to get up. He grits in teeth in anger. Son of a yak, that hurt. Hissed Naruto. He gets up, glaring at the feline. Naruto watches as the feline snarls and howls in pain. The half-blinded feline glares at Naruto heatedly, but suddenly 3 orange balls drop in the middle of the blonde fisherman. Ah crap, groaned Naruto. As the orange orbs glowed red, an explosion goes off, sending both Naruto and the feline flying away. Naruto then groans in pain when he fell on his back. For the love of Mjolnir, cursed Naruto. As Naruto slowly gets up, he sees the ferocious Chishin dead and ripped apart with the sand covered in the hybrid's blood and guts. Shit, that was one of the explosive balls from the Valdas, whispered Naruto. He then darts his head left and right, scouting for the small dragons. Naruto then finds 10 small dragons. They have the face an iguana. It has bright pink eyes. It also has a pitchfork-like tongue. The dragon has dark gray scales. It has a frill just like the Dilophosaurus. It has sharp knife-like claws. The dragon has a thin long tail. Naruto watches as the pack of Valda eats away the dead Chidio. Naruto then lick his tongue. Talk about survival of the fittest, said Naruto sadly for Naruto. The pack of flyless dragon heard Naruro. Each of them look at Naruto with each of their heads tilted at the newcomer to the island. The small dragons hissed at Naruto, showing their bloody fangs. They then start to chase after Naruto. Cursed under his tongue, he start to run away like his life depended on it, which is true, since if they catch him, our young hero is good as dead. One of the Valdas shoots an explosive ball at Naruto. Naruto turns his head around seeing the upcoming ah shit curse Naruto, as the ball exploded sending Naruto flying causing the fisherman to land first on his first. Naruto slowly gets up, he turned his head seeing the Valdas charging at him. Naruto twirls his spear around ready to face the dragon. Suddenly a large dog jumped in the middle of Naruto and the Valdas. This large canine beast is the dragon devourer dingo raptor. The large canine is 14 feet 11 inches tall. It has snow white fur. The fur has gold diamond-like patterns. It has a long fluffy mane. The canine also has ghostly blue eyes. The large canine has reptilian-like fangs that would belong to a dragon, and the canine has long sharp vicious claws that would belong to a dragon. It has a long fluffy tail. The large canine looks at the Valdas. The large canine licks its lips. The large dog charges at the small dragons with intent to devour the Valdas. The Valdas try to defend themselves. They shoot their explosive balls at the giant dog. When the explosive balls exploded in the dog's face, this explosive caused a smoke screen as the smoke cleared. The dingo raptor is unharmed. The dog then pounces on the Valda, ripping apart the small dragons. The dog sinks its razor-sharp jaws into a Valda, ripping its throat out. One of the dragons tried to run away. The large dog, seeing one of its prey trying to escape from its breakfast, the dingo raptor raises its paw. The dog brings its paw down, stabbing the Valda in its spine. The dog then bites off the Valda's head. The dog then turns its head, seeing 3 Valda also trying to escape. The dog then leap in the air, landing on 2 of the Valda, crushing their bodies. The dingo raptor then bite one of the Valdas by the tail. The dog throws the Valda and then the large dog raised up on its hind legs. As the Valda falls, the large dog opens its large jaws, shallowing the Valda whole. The dingo raptor would then continue to eat the dead core. When all the Valda were eaten, the dog then turned its attention towards Naruto. Its tail starts wagging in excitement. The dog would then bounce on its paws like its owner has just came back home. Naruto just sweatshops, you got to be kidding. The dog is domestic, exclaimed Naruto as the large dog walks over to Naruto, licking Naruto's hand. Naruto then scratches behind the dog's ears. The dog tail starts wagging. Naruto then dropped to his knee, coughing some blood. Damn it, I'm losing too much blood, yelled Naruto. The dog then whimpers in sadness. Naruto then would point at the hole in the wall. Get my bag, coughed out Naruto. Somehow the dog knew what Naruto wanted. The dog comes back with the Naruto's bag in its mouth. The dog then drops Naruto's bag in front of Naruto. The young fisherman opens his bag, pulling out the 10 fire heart herb. Naruto would then rub the herbs over his injuries. As he does this, his wounds slowly heal. Crap, I'm still too weak, groaned Naruto. The dog understood its new friend. The dog would then pick Naruto up by his shirt. The dog would then throw Naruto over him. The dog would then walk back. Inside the damaged house, the dog then would throw Naruto on the couch. The young blonde's stomach then growls in hunger. Ugh, I'm so hungry, groaned in hunger. Somehow the dog understood. Naruto left, and a few minutes later came back with water peach, mango rum, lime berries, amber nut, and tropic lion wrapped in big cloth. Naruto smiles at the dingo raptor. You are one smart dog, said Naruto. The large canine puffs its chest out at the compliment. Naruto then chuckles at the dog. He then pats the dog on the head. Naruto then groans at the size of the hole in the wall. He knew he couldn't stay here long. He then slowly gets up, gets on the dog's back. Hey boy, do you know anywhere we can stay? Cause I'm still weak and I need to rest, said Naruto. The large canine nods its head. They then travel to their new location. 30 minutes later they find a cave. Naruto gets off the dog and enters the cave. As Naruto looks around, he sees the skeleton bodies of the people that once lived here. Naruto then searches around the cave and finds 10 tropic carrots, 15 angel mill, 15 fire heart herb, 10 grass brass, 14 blaze fairy horn, and 15 widow glass. Naruto smiles at this. He then finds a blanket and damaged pillow in the cave. He sets both of them down. The dog would then push the rock, only letting a little light to come through. Naruto then closed his eyes, about to go to sleep after the hard morning and fights that he just had left the young blonde exhausted. The larger dog then walks next to Naruto. The dingo raptor then lies down next to Naruto, curling up next to Naruto. The dog then licks Naruto's cheek, thus tickling the young blonde. Come on, Garmer, stop it, said Naruto. The large hound tilts its head. Naruto smirks at the name Garmer. I like that. In Norse mythology, Garm or Garm is a dog associated with both Hell and Ragnarok, and described as a blood-stained watchdog that guards Hell's Gate. Do you like that name? Asked Naruto, looking at the large dog. The dingo raptor nods its head and, licking Naruto, laughs at the excitement and happiness of the now named Garmer. Both Naruto and the now named Garmer fall asleep after a long hard morning. 5 days later. The days on Ravage Horn Island was hell. But whatever the island had thrown at the young hero, Naruto was able to dish it out, like the moment how he and Garmer were trapped in the quicksand whirlpool. Flashback 2 days later. Naruto and Garmer have been traveling since the morning. Naruto had decided to get an early start on the day. Naruto is riding on his new pet Garmer. He then feeds his dog Mangorum. The dog barks happily, enjoying the juicy fruit. Naruto chuckled at his large canine. Naruto then brings a makeshift cup which looks like amber. This cup is made out of the amber from the dragon tail tree. As Naruto brings the cup to his mouth, the blonde savors the taste from the substance. Naruto then hums at the taste. Dear Odin, this some good water peach, said Naruto as he smiles. He then whips some sweat from his head as the duo travel. The ground start to swirl into a whirlpool-like fashion. A whirlpool? No, that can't be. Shit, it's a sand. Quick. Son of a yak, you got to be kidding. A quicksand whirlpool, groaned Naruto. Garma, we got to hurry and get out, yelled Naruto with an angry expression. Garma barked in agreement. The dog turned around trying to run away, or to be more accurate, Garma whooped away, not daring to run on the sand, but as the large dog leaps on the sand, Garma starts to sink within the sand. Garma growls in anger. Naruto groans in anger. He honestly hated this desert. He didn't just hate the desert, he hated the heat, period. Naruto then would bite his lip in frustration. Shit, damn it, think, chanted Naruto, but suddenly Naruto feels tremors underneath him and Garma. Naruto would then groan at the upcoming trouble. Garma then raised his eyebrow as Naruto watches the tremors. He notices it's a shell swim around the quicksand whirlpool. Naruto then raises his eyebrow. Is that a shell? Wondered Naruto. The shell then raises from the sand, rivaling it's a giant turtle. The giant sand turtle is around 200 feet 9 inches tall. The shell of the turtle had a diamond-like shape on the shell. There are swirl-like designs on the shell. The turtle has a long neck, being 4 feet long. The turtle's head had a Spinosaurus-like head, but still having the beak of a turtle. The turtle also had a long, wide tail. It has long claws able to slice through a Viking ship. Turtle also had pear-colored eyes. The shell of the turtle is dark green and the scales of the turtles are dark red. Naruto and Garma have just stumbled upon one of the inhabitants of Ravage Horn Island, Tunnel Turtle. Naruto and Garma quickly hop on the giant turtle. Naruto pats the turtle on its back. Thanks for saving us, turtle, exclaimed a happy Naruto. The giant turtle nods its head as the sand turtle swims through the quicksand whirlpool. Garma barks in happiness as being out of the quicksand. Flashback, present day. Naruto and Garma decided to stop and create a campsite to rest for the day, since both man and Doc have been traveling all day discovering things and Naruto finding equipment and seeds of the plant life of the desert. But ever since a day ago, Naruto had felt like he's being watched. He honestly hopes whatever have been watching him isn't the sandstorm Triton. But every time he looks to see what's staring at him, he doesn't see anything. But even when he's been watched by some creature, Garma growls in frustration and not able to see who's stalking him and his partner. But Naruto remembered when he caught something and that something scared him. He couldn't see a body, but what he did see was 2 fire-red-yellow eyes staring at him, and if he had to be honest with himself, it felt like the devil-like eyes were piercing into his very soul. At that moment he was terrified, but just as he thought the mysterious creature would come out and show itself, the creature then disappeared. The last thing he heard from itself was the roaring sound, sounding like a cross between Indominus Rex, Tyrannosaurus Rex, Velociraptor, and Spinosaurus. To say that horrifying sound didn't give him a nightmare would be a complete lie. He had nightmares within his nightmares of the roar of true death. He honestly hoped whatever those eyes belonged to won't be planning to eat him or Garma. Naruto then shakes his head from the thought. He then grabs a stick and piercing it through some meat. This meat belonged to a desert bighorn sheep. After skinning the animal, Naruto then proceed to make dinner for man and dog. Naruto then starts cooking the meat. Naruto turns his head looking at Garma. He chuckles as the dog licks his lips, drooling at the delicious meat. Naruto chuckles at the dog. Naruto then pats his dog on the head. Suddenly they hear the sound of wings flapping. Naruto quickly gets up with his spear ready for whatever wants to eat him. Garma gets in battle mode, growling, showing off his reptilian-like teeth. As both Naruto and Garma look in the sky awaiting their new challenge, they get treated to a flock of 10 birds. These weren't just any normal birds, sadly. This was a dust talon. The bird is around 7 feet 10 inches. The bird feathers are silver in color. The talons are razor sharp enough to rip off someone's head and possibly a large full-grown bear. It also has a sharp black beak capable of piercing someone in half, and the giant bird has blood-red eyes. Naruto groans at the sight of the giant birds. Great, now it's giant birds. Naruto then lick his tongue. Whatever, let's do this, believe it, yelled Naruto, glaring at the dust talons. The birds then screech at Naruto and Garma, sounding like a cross between Zapdos and Koigamon. The dust talon quickly located Naruto and Garma, but that's not what they truly want. What they truly want is the meat. Naruto then starts to run. While this is going on, Garma is also running at the dust talons. Naruto raises his spear, throwing it at the dust talon, piercing the bird through the neck, cutting off the bird's head, separating the head from the body. The bird then screeches angry at one of its fallen members. It then swoops down, ready to tear Naruto apart. Naruto then grits his teeth at the bird, charging at Naruto, lifting him in the air. Naruto then grips onto the bird's head. He then reaches into his pocket, bringing out a makeshift knife made out of amber. Naruto stabs the dust talon in the eye. He then quickly stabs the bird's other eye. As the bird is fully blind, he then grabs onto the bird, building it to floor. As Naruto gets close to the floor, he jumps off the bird. Naruto then rolls as he falls. Naruto then quickly runs to the dead dust talon. He then grabs his spear. Naruto turns his head, seeing Garma jump high in the air, biting onto the bird wings. As the two came crashing down, the bird breaks its wing at the hard fall. Garma then bite onto the bird's neck, breaking it. Garma turns his head, seeing a dust talon coming down, ready to kill Garma, but before the bird can kill the dog, Naruto uses his spear as a pole. As he sends himself flying in the air, he stabs the bird on the head, glaring at the now dead bird. Naruto then glares heatedly at the dead bird. Stupid bird. Garma, you okay? yelled Naruto. He turned his head to Garma. The dog nods his head, smiling at Naruto. He then snarls at the birds circling around them. Naruto then smirks. You ready for round 2? Said Naruto. Garma then turns his head towards Naruto, showing his fangs. Naruto takes this as a smirk. Suddenly they hear a roar, but this wasn't just any normal roar. This is the roar from the mysterious creature. Naruto and Garma turn their heads, seeing a giant dragon, but Naruto doesn't know which dragon it is since it wasn't inside the book he found. The dragon is 12 feet 11 inches tall. The dragon had 2 tails. One of the tails had spikes on it similar to a stegosaurus. The 2 tails are both 7 feet long. The dragon has black and dark orange scales. It has strong legs and arms capable of running, while the arms capable of grabbing its prey. The dragon's claws are incredibly sharp and powerful. Powerful enough if you touch the claws it would cut you. The massive dragon also has 4 wings. The wingspan of the dragon is 8 feet 3 inches long on each wing. It has long sharp talons. On its back the large dragon has quills on its back. It also has quills on top of its head. The dragon has fire red yellow eyes. The teeth of the dragon has sharp fangs resembling that of a Tyrannosaurus rex. And the dragon has 2 long horns on his head. On its jawline it has 3 horns. As the dragon lands on the sand it exhales its breath. The dragon then shoots lava shots at the remaining dust talon. As this happened Naruto had his mouth drop to the ground, unable to believe that the same creature that had following him and Garma. Naruto then gets scared when the fearsome turn its head around, looking at Naruto with its devil eyes. Naruto is now nervous at the dragon facing him. He then hears Garma growling at the dragon but dares not to do anything. As the dragon stares at Naruto it tilts its head, not fully understanding why this human is here since the last time it saw humans was 20 years ago. The dragon starts to walk to Naruto. The dragon then leans its head just as Naruto might think the dragon is going to eat him. The dragon picks up one of the birds and starts to eat it. Well, I didn't see that coming, said Naruto, having a sweat drop as he watches the dragon eats the birds. Naruto turns his head looking at the lava shots. He notices the glass has become glass. He stares at it for a long while until he feels breathe. He looks around with dragon having the rest of the dead birds in front of him. Naruto raises his eyebrow. You want me to cook this, don't you? asked the deadpan Naruto. The lava dragon nods its head. Naruto then sighs loudly. Alright, I guess we're having sheep and bird this afternoon, laughed Naruto. Naruto then skinned all the birds. After that he starts cooking up the birds. Hours later, all the food ready to eat. The 3 of them are now ready to eat their now dinner, since skinning and cooking all the birds took hours. Naruto happily eats the sheep. He turned his head seeing Garma and the dragon happily eating the bird. After Naruto finished his food he took out of his dragon book and started drawing the mysterious dragon. To dragon intrigued him. He never saw anything like it, and the dragon blew lava not fire. He's just happy the dragon hasn't decided to eat him or Garma. But Naruto couldn't doubt that this dragon is scary, but this dragon is nowhere scary as Blackheart. Blackheart, damn straight terrifying hell. When I first met Blackheart it gave me nightmares, but I knew Blackheart won't do anything to me, said a smirking Naruto as he watches the dragon eat his food. After the dragon and canine have finished their food, the canine then walks over to Naruto. Naruto raises his left eyebrow at Garma. What is it, boy? asked Naruto. Garma then lays down on Naruto. Naruto then grunts at the weight of Garma laying on his legs. Naruto then pats Garma on the head. He looks up at Naruto, enjoying being petted. He looks Naruto's chin. Naruto then chuckles at the dragon. Naruto then notices the dragon walks over to them. The dragon lays down, wrapping its body around Naruto. Naruto snuggles into the dragon. He notices the dragon is warm. Naruto smiles at this, so the mysterious dragon can warm its body up. That's pretty useful, thought Naruto. He then closes eyes, going to sleep. Next day, Naruto and Garma are traveling north. After reading through the book he finds out there's a water source close by, but the only problem is they have to worry about Grande's stone blue-back crab. He knew there were other water sources, but from what he heard those water sources are more like tiny water puddle. Plus the water source guarded by Grande's stone blue-back crab is the closest one. Naruto and Garma are on the dragon. They are flying in the sky. Garma has his tongue out, enjoying the breeze of the wind hitting his face, while Naruto smiles at the breeze in air. But Naruto is also deep in thought. The reason for this is because Naruto is thinking of what to name the species the dragon is. He knew it's a Stoker-class dragon. He just need to come up with a name for the dragon. Naruto then sighs loudly. I wonder how Blackheart is going to react when she sees this dragon with me, said Naruto. He then chuckles loudly. Well, at least when I leave this island I will have one awesome story, laughed Naruto. Naruto then goes back to thinking of the dragon's name. He then gains a shit-eating grin. I think I know what name to give your species. How does Vulcanixorus sounds like? asked the dragon. The dragon nods its head, enjoying the name Vulcanixorus. It is now. I just need to think of a name for you, buddy. I got it. How about Burstfang, said Naruto. He watches the dragon facial features. The dragon then nods his head, smirking, showing Naruto its fangs. Burstfang it is now. I'm thirsty. How about you guys? asked Naruto. Garma barks in agreement, while the now named Burstfang roars, showing a sigh. It too agrees with his now partner. The now named Burstfang hurries up to the water surface location. It didn't take Burstfang long. 5 minutes later they make it to the water source. To say Naruto wasn't shocked would be a lie. He was damn straight surprised. What the hell, this is the water source? This is enough to be a large lake, yelled Naruto as he looks at the large lake. Burst Fang flies down. Garma jumps down staring at the lake. Naruto jumps down with his spear in his hand. Okay, I'm here, but how do I get this crab to come out? Wondered Naruto. He then looks around searching for something to gain the crab's attention. Something catches Naruto's eyes, a couple of rock. He then starts throwing rocks into the water. He didn't have to wait long for the grande stone blue back crab. The crab cones out the lake stretching loudly, sounds like a mixture of nails on a chalkboard and a dying rhino. The crab is over 120 feet 10 inches feet tall. The crab gas 8 legs. The armor of the crabs looks like it's made out of stone. The crab has 6 red eyes, it has 4 claws, and the crab is navy blue, white, black, and yellow. Naruto groans at the giant crab, son of Odin's beard. This is going to be harder than I thought, said Naruto as the crab glares at Naruto. Naruto then swings his spear around, glaring back at the crab. This time I'm hunting, not be hunting, stated Naruto. He then runs at the grande stone blue back with intent to kill. The crab slams its claw down. Naruto quickly stabs the crab. He then uses his spear as a launch board. He then looks left, seeing the crab trying to cut him in half. Naruto narrowly dodges the attack. He then pulls out a knife made out of the Valda's claws. He throws it at the crab's eye, blinding one of its eye. The beast screams in pain, throwing Naruto in the air. Burst Fang catches Naruto. Naruto pats Burst Fang on his head. Thanks, pal, we need to get that spear through. Come in, buddy, I have an idea, said Naruto. They then fly around the crab, but when the crab was going to hit the duo with his claw, Burst Fang shot a lava blast at the claw, melting the claw. This caused the crab to scream in pain. It then smacked Naruto and Burst Fang with the stump on its claw, sending Naruto flying off of Burst, but as Naruto was falling he landed on the crab's claw. He ripped it off, causing the crab to get angry. But Garma quickly scales the crab. It then jumps high in the air. Naruto jumps on Garma. The two then scale up to the crab, avoid the claws. The crab then gets angry at Naruto. It then opens its mouth, shooting a water blast at Naruto and Garma. This shocked Naruto. Ah shit, yelled Naruto, but Garma narrowed his eyes. He then speeds up. The large canine jumps and swirls its body, avoiding the water blast. The dog doesn't stop. Now the duo is avoiding water shots. Naruto then smirks at Garma. Garma, you are amazing, yelled Naruto. Garma barks in happiness, enjoying the praise. Garma then launches himself on his high legs. Garma then claws out 2 of the eyes. Naruto jumps off of Garma, cutting of the crab's eye, leaving the crab with 1 eye, but before the crab can do anything, Burst Fang comes flying down, digging its claws into its back, cracking its shell. The crab collapses when it falls on the ground. The Volcanixorus pins it on the ground. Garma then raises its claw, crushing its head. Naruto then smiles at the defeat of the crab. He then goes into his bag, pulling out a few water containers. He then fills them up. He then puts them away. He turns his head, noticing Garma and Burst Fang drinking water. Naruto then turns his attention back to the giant dead crab. Naruto then shakes the back of his head. Okay, it's dead, but how in Odin's beard am going to bring it back, wondered Naruto. He then looks behind himself, seeing the Volcanixorus eating fish from the lake. He then gains an idea. Hey Burst Fang, I have an idea, said Naruto. Burst Fang tittles his head. He turned his head, looking at Naruto with a large fish in his mouth. Burst Fang then eats his fish. Do you think you can cut the claws and legs off in pieces? Asked Naruto. Burst Fang nods his head. He then walks towards the dead crab. He raises his claws. He then cuts off the claws and legs into multiple pieces. Naruto walks over to Burst Fang, pats on it on the leg. Nice on, buddy, you sure are amazing, said Naruto. Burst Fang then puffs out his chest at Naruto, praising him. Suddenly the two hear a roar. Both Naruto and Burst Fang look at where they heard the roar. They both turn around, seeing Garma growling at another animal, but this wasn't any normal animal. This was the steel-gained saber-tooth. The saber-tooth has silver fur with dark gray stripes going across its fur. The saber-toothed tiger has golden brown eyes. The tiger also has 3 tails. The tiger has long sharp claws. The tiger has 2 long fangs. And the tiger is 7 feet 8 inches tall. Naruto then sweat drops at the saber-tooth and Garma. Well, I guess Garma and this steel-gained saber-tooth are just like a dog and cat, said Naruto. He then groans as he watches, as both Garma and steel-gained saber-tooth growling at each other. Naruto just sighs. I Garma, leave that damn saber-tooth alone, ordered Naruto. Garma then growls angry at the saber-tooth. The saber-tooth then walks over to the other side, drinking from the lake. Garma then walks over to Naruto. Garma then gets up on his legs, hugging Naruto. He then laughs. Naruto then scratches game behind the ear. Garma looks up at Naruto. He then starts to lick Naruto faces. Naruto laughs. Down boy, said Naruto. Garma then gets down, petting Garma on the head. Suddenly they heard a loud, terrifying roar, sounds like a Spinosaurus, and the blue eyes white dragon. Naruto then hears growling from Burst Fang. He turns his head to the horrifying sound, and he sees a dragon. The dragon is 60 feet 12 inches tall. The dragon has purple-red eyes. The dragon has tan and white scales. The dragon head looks like Slifer the sky dragon and has the same fangs. It has the body of an European dragon on the arms, legs, and backs of the dragon. It has spike plates. The dragon has a long tail. It also has fins on it. And the dragon has long blades like claws. Sadly, Naruto has just ran into the Sandstorm Triton. The Sandstorm Triton then growls at Naruto, Burst Fang, and Garma with its angry like eyes. The Sandstorm Triton then blows sand out of its nose in anger. The dragon opens its mouth. Iron starts to form in the dragon mouth. It then shoots a large iron blast. Naruto grits his teeth at seeing the iron blast. Naruto rolls left while Garma runs left, and Burst Fang takes to the sky. He then roars at the Sandstorm Triton in anger. The Sandstorm Triton roars in anger, its eyes glowed bright-eyed. The iron dust and sand start move. The sand and iron then form a huge dust cloud swirling around. They then separate into 3 pillars of sand and iron. The Sandstorm Triton then commands the dust to go after Naruto, Garma, and Burst Fang. With Naruto is shocked at the wave of sand and iron heading towards him. Son of a bitch, yelled Naruto. He then runs. He then pulls out an ember rope. He jumps onto the Sabertooth. The tiger starts to thrash around. Naruto quickly wraps the rope around the Sabertooth's jaw. Naruto quickly leads the Sabertooth away from the dust that's chasing him. Sadly, the Sabertooth wasn't able to outrun the dust. As the shark comes closer, it transforms to a wave of sand and iron. It wraps around both of the Sabertooth's legs. This caused Naruto to fly off of the Sabertooth, making Naruto land face first into the ground. Naruto then grunts in pain. He slowly gets up, spitting out the sand. Naruto then turns his head and he's incredibly shocked. The sand and iron wraps around the Sabertooth. Naruto watches as the sand and iron crush the steel-gained Sabertooth. This attack caused the steel-gained Sabertooth to howl in pain as the bones of the steel-gained Sabertooth gets crushed. When the scream dies down, the only thing left of the steel-gained Sabertooth is the blood. Holy crap, if I got caught in that attack I would have died, said Naruto. Naruto then runs away from the wave of sand and iron. Damn it, I can't run away from the sand. Ugh, I seriously hate this damn island, said Naruto, as he narrowly dodges the wave. The sand of iron then start to transform its shape again. The wave of sand and iron then transform into a giant tendril. Naruto then groans. You got to be kidding me, yelled Naruto. He then runs like his life depends on it. Which in reality it does. Naruto looks behind him, seeing the tendril about to piece him. Naruto jumped left, narrowly missed the tendril, but sadly he wasn't able to completely dodge it. Naruto then falls to the ground, gripping his shoulder in pain. He looks at his shoulder. He then notices there's wide gash along his shoulder. Naruto struggles to get up. He goes to the only place that's actually safe for the young blonde, the lake. Damn it, that attack really messed up my shoulder if that wasn't bad enough. I have sand in my bleeding shoulder, snarled Naruto. I need to get to the water, it's the only place where I'm safe, groaned Naruto, as he picks himself up heading towards the lake. The tendril then transforms back to a wave. The wave crashes down, sending Naruto face first in the lake. With Garma dodges the multiple sand-iron tendrils, but lucky for Garma, he's a lot faster than Naruto. As the multiple tendrils try to rip Garma apart, he dodges swiftly, avoiding the sand attacks. The multiple tendrils then land in front of Garma, creating a smoke screen. The tendrils then merge into the ground, but Garma doesn't let his guard down. He and the rest of the animals knew not to allow their guard down, being around the Sandstorm Triton. Ever since all these years ago, when the Sandstorm Triton appeared, all of them were forced to adapt, and that's what both Garma and Burst Fang had to do. But luckily for Garma, he was born on the island, but none of the animals dared going up against the Sandstorm Triton. Garma watches as the sand and iron transformed into a sand and octopus, but before the sand can attack Garma, a huge wave of magma hit the octopus. The octopus then turns into glass. Garma looks up and sees Burst Fang flying down. Garma hops onto Burst Fang's back. Burst Fang then circles around in the sky. He then snarls when 5 sand-iron spikes shot from the ground. Burst Fang swiftly dodges the spikes. Burst Fang growls. He then roars loudly as a sand-iron tendril headed for him. As he yells, the tendrils turn into hard glass. The Sandstorm Triton growls and angry at the trio. The large dragon didn't think the dingo raptor or human was able to be alive, but it knew the Volcanixorus could survive its attacks. The Sandstorm Triton opens his mouth. Sand particles start to form in its mouth. The Sandstorm Triton then shoots hundreds of sand spikes at Burst Fang. Burst Fang growls in anger at the Sandstorm Triton. He opens his mouth wide. He then shots a huge lava blast. Both sand and lava meet, trying to gain advantage of each other. The sand from the ground rises from the ground, meeting the huge lava blast, but Burst Fang doesn't give up for dominance. Burst Fang then moves his tail above his head. Both tails glowed bright orange. Both of his tails shot lava and magma. Both the Volcanixorus and the Sandstorm Triton fight for dominance. While this is going on, Garma is shocked at the raw power of both lava and sand. When both dragons stop their dominance for power, in middle of both dragons the sand have turned into black sand. Both dragons growl and roar at each other. In the lake, Naruto has just watched the dragon, and he was amazed. He could tell Burst Fang was strong, but the Sandstorm Triton was stronger. So this is the fearsome Sandstorm Triton. It's hard to believe such a powerful fearsome dragon exists. If he exists, then maybe there's others like him, said Naruto. He then starts swimming back to shore. As he does this, both dragons are watching Naruto, but Naruto did stand on the dry sand, full well knowing the Sandstorm Triton can control the sand. The Sandstorm Triton then growls at Naruto in angry, wanting nothing but the human's death. The dragon then turns his towards Burst Fang. The Sandstorm Triton opens its mouth, shooting a sand tidal wave. Garma jumps off of Burst Fang. He then makes his way to Naruto. Naruto then runs to Garma. He then stabs his spear into the ground, launching himself off the ground. Naruto lands on Garma. Garma, let's go, yelled Naruto. The two then hurry and run away from the sand tidal wave. As the sand tidal waves start coming closer, Burst Fang opens his mouth, he then shoots his own lava wave. This reaction caused a giant black sand wave. Burst Fang then exhales a large gust of volcanic smoke. He then flies down, sweeping Naruto and Garma off the ground. He then grabs the crab legs and claws. Okay guys, it's time to leave this island and head back to Berk, said Naruto. He then groans in pain. He turned his head, noticing Garma wagging his tail happily. But back with Sandstorm Triton, the dragon then roars in anger at its prey escaping from him. It has been 4 years since Naruto and Blackheart had traveled to ravage Horn Island. While Naruto brought the Volcanixorus Burst Fang and the Dingo Raptor Gamma with him, the now group of 4 had been on tons of adventures, some fun, others dangerous, while most were dangerous. While everything in Berk hasn't changed, that couldn't be the same for Naruto since he has 2 dragons now, but the only one who knows this is well Naruto. He didn't even tell his dad or uncle, but everyone knew of Gamma since the large canine was a house train. One of the things that have changed is him and Ruffnut dating. Last year he'd asked Ruffnut to be his girlfriend. But today is just a normal day for the people of Berk. While everyone was enjoying their day, a certain teen was in anger at being the target of Naruto's pranks. Naruto yelled Snotlout as he was covered in honey, squid ink, and chicken feathers. Over the 4 years Naruto has changed his clothes. He now wears a black short-sleeved shirt, he wears a chain mail long-sleeved shirt underneath it, white fur like arm warmers. He stopped wearing the Viking helmet and just allows his spiky blonde hair to be free from any headgear. On his left and right shoulder he has a spiked steel shoulder blades, black fingerless gloves, and brown pants and white fur-like boot. Not only has Naruto gained 2 more partners, but he found out Blackheart was jealous that he had another dragon. Naruto couldn't help himself to sigh at the fact the fearless and nightmares of the sea is jealous that he got another dragon. Even though Naruto has 2 dragons, no one really knows well due to the fact they would throw spears and ask questions later. He hasn't even told Hiccup or Ruffnut, and that's saying something due to Hiccup being Naruto's best friend and Ruffnut Naruto's girlfriend. Usually Naruto would be busy with fishing. He was afar with Gamma by his side watching Snotlout looking like a giant chicken. The blonde was too busy laughing his ass off to notice a shadow looming above him. The mysterious person wraps their hands around Naruto's face. The person leans their face into Naruto's ears. Guess who, Foxy? Teased the person. Naruto smiles at the person behind him. Is it Freya? Asked Naruto in a teasing tone. The person behind him grin had become larger. Maybe, said the person. The mysterious figure then leaned into his face. Both the Vikings could feel each other's hot breath. The mysterious uncovered their hands, reviling the 14-year-old Ruffnut, grinning at Naruto with a mischievous grin. She catches Naruto's lips with her own. The female blonde moans into Naruto's lips. No matter how many times they've kissed, it always feels great. Naruto pulls away. He smiles at the pleasant dazed look in her eyes. Naruto turns around and lifts Ruffnut and places her on his lap. The pigtailed Viking lets out a small eep. She then turns to Naruto. Hey Ruffnut, I thought you and Toughnut had to clean the yaks? Asked Naruto. Ruffnut smiles back at Naruto. Oh, we did, but I ditched him. It was rad, said Ruffnut, nodding to herself. Naruto chuckled at this. He wasn't really surprised since those 2 would always ditch one of the other to get out of chores. Naruto couldn't blame her. He would do the same thing if he was in her place. The blonde fisherman then feels extra weight on his shoulder. He turns his head, seeing his somewhat dim-witted girlfriend leaning her head against Naruto's shoulder. Naruto smiles down at the female blonde. He then mentally sighs to himself. Ugh. Sooner or later I'm going to have to tell Ruffnut I have 2 dragons. I just don't know how to do that with her fear of dragons, plus I'm pretty sure she would scream and faint seeing Blackheart and Burst Fang. I might have been able to keep Blackheart and Burst Fang a secret for 4 years, but I'll either have to tell her and everyone or be found out. But sure, telling Ruffnut will be easy. Oh hey Ruffnut, I want you to meet Blackheart and Burst Fang, who are a Doom Fang and Volcanixorus, thought Naruto with a huge amount of sarcasm, which you can almost see. The blonde then thinks back when he returned to Berk after escaping Ravage Horn and the Sandstorm Triton. Flashback 4 years ago. After escaping the island, Naruto smiles when he sees Berk from the distance. Naruto then turns to Burst Fang and Blackheart. Blackheart, Burst Fang, hide. Everyone would freak out if they saw you 2, especially you Blackheart, said Naruto. Each of Blackheart's heads growled in agreement. She then dives into the ocean, while Burst Fang flies off. Naruto then smiles at Gamma. Gamma, this is your new home, said Naruto with a smile. Gamma barks happily with his tail wagging side to side. While Naruto gets closer and closer at home, he suddenly hears yelling from Berk. Naruto stands up and narrows his eyes. He then sees his dad, Uncle Bucket, Ruffnut, Astrid, Goober, Stoic, Toughnut, and everyone at the pier waiting for him. He smiles widely. Someone must have saw my ship coming and informed me, said Naruto with a wide grin. He waves back at them with a grin. Gamma barks happily and licks Naruto's whispered cheek. Naruto turns his attention to his large dog. I take it you're gonna like it here, huh, buddy? Asked Naruto with a smile. Gamma then let out a loud bark, which Naruto took as a yes. It's going to be fun here, believe it, yelled Naruto. The blonde then continued to roll to Berk. Once he makes it back to Berk, everyone is shocked at Naruto since he very large animal pieces, but Stoic, Mulch, Bucket, and Gabba are more shocked since Teacher Y didn't believe Naruto would come back with so much, and they didn't accept him to come back with a Dingo Raptor. The three men's mouth jaw drop except for Bucket, who was just happy that his nephew was finally back. The large bucket-wearing Viking ran up to Naruto and gave him a near-bone-crushing hug, causing Naruto to groan in pain at the bear hug. "Naruto, I miss so much," exclaimed Bucket as he gives to be blonde a bone-crushing hug. Naruto then pats Bucket on the back. "It's okay, Uncle B Bucket, I'm here. Now can you let me go? I need to breathe," groaned Naruto as his face starts changing colors. Bucket then drops Naruto on his, but he rubs the back of his head. "I'm sorry, Naruto. I just really missed you," said Bucket, rubbing the back of his bucket. Stoic and Mulch face palm. "I don't believe it, he really did it," said Stoic in disbelief as he stares at all the various food on Naruto's boat. Galber massages his beard. "Well, slap me silly and call me Fenrir. The kid actually did, he did what we weren't able to do," said Galber with bewilderment expression. Mulch looked at his son in shock. "Naruto, you actually did it," said Mulch in shock as he stares at his son, who's grinning at Galber. Naruto turns towards his father with a wide grin. The blonde fisherman then places both hands on his hip. "Of course I did, I'm Naruto, the world's greatest fisherman, believe it!" yelled Naruto, causing everyone to cheer loudly for the blonde child. Naruto then notices his best friend / surrogated brother. He grins at the skinny brunette. "Hey Hiccup, it's good to see you," said Naruto. Hiccup smiles in agreement. He also missed his best friend. "Hey Naruto, same here. It's been quite here too," said Hiccup with a grin. He then looks towards Mulch. "Hey Mulch, what did you abd my dad mean when you said you can't believe Naruto did it?" asked Hiccup with a raised eyebrow, looking at his father. Stoic sighs to himself. He then turns to his Hiccup son. "The island Naruto went to was extremely dangerous. The very island is filled with creatures, dragons, and plants that are trying to kill you. When Mulch, Bucket, Galber, and myself went to that island, we almost died," said Stoic. He then takes off the glove on his right hand, revealing his 4th-degree burn hand, "and this was caused by a small dragon that can shoot exploding orbs," said Stoic. He then puts his leather glove back on. Snotlout snorts and waves his nonchalantly. "I bet I can survive that island," declared Snotlout with no visible hint of fear. Galber just stared at Snotlout with a deadpan expression. "I lost my leg to the same little Spitfire, and we were only there for 4 minutes until literally everything tried to eat or kill us," said Galber, gaining a shock expression. "If everything on the island trying to kill us weren't bad enough, the island itself was dangerous. Ask my son, he knows," said Mulch. Everyone looks at Naruto, and the blonde child nods his head in agreement. Naruto then sees Tough Nut, and a blushing Rough Nut walking towards Tough Nut, then punches Naruto on the shoulder, causing the blonde fisherman to chuckle and punches Tough Nut back. "So, you were able to live on that island for a few days?" asked a curious Tough Nut as he stares at Naruto, who's leaning against his spear. Naruto nods his head. Tough Nut grins at Naruto. He extends his fist to Naruto, and Naruto gives Tough Nut a fist pump. "That's so awesome!" yelled Tough Nut with a giant grin which is ready to split his face apart. Naruto just snorted at his blonde friend. "Yeah, if you like having to be on the run for all day and sleep on the hard-hit sand," said Naruto in a sarcastic tone. Astrid then smirks at Naruto. "If you can survive that island, I bet I can. After all, if you can do so, can I but better," said Astrid in an almost challenging tone. Naruto just scoffed at Astrid. "Have fun doing that when you run into the sandstorm, Trishan," said Naruto. Literally everyone, and including Stoic, Mulch, Bucket, and Galber, raised an eyebrow. "What's the sandstorm, Trishan?" asked Astrid. Naruto sighs to himself. "The sandstorm, Trishan, is the dragon that literally controls the island. The dragon literally controls sand, and from what I've read from the book, from that island it used to be a lush green vibrate island full of life," said Naruto, leaving everyone shocked. "So what? You're saying the dragon changed a lush island into a desert that is covered with sand?" asked Galber with a raised eyebrow. Naruto nods his head. "That's exactly what I'm saying," said Naruto, shocking everyone since they had no idea such dragon exists. Naruto then turns to Rough Nut, who smiles at him with a small smile. "Hey, Naruto. It was boring without you here pranking Snotlout, and everyone wasn't as fun," said Rough Nut. She then stares into his blue eyes, almost feeling like she can drown by just staring into his eyes. Naruto smiles back at her. "I missed you too, and now I'm back," said Naruto with a small smile. Rough Nut smiles softly at Naruto. She missed her blonde friend. During the days he left, Rough Nut had felt her feelings for the blonde fisherman. At first she thought she had ate something that messed her stomach. She then realized she missed Naruto, but not as a friend but as someone she liked, and it seemed like what Astrid said was true. She does have a crush on the blonde fisherman known as Naruto. As Rough Nut stares at her crush, she flung herself at Naruto. This caught Naruto by surprise, not accepting the girl who's pledged his mind since he was on Ravagehorn Island. Hell, he still remembers the feeling of Rough Nut's soft lips. Just like Rough Nut, Naruto had noticed he's quite attracted to the blonde pigtailed Viking. While most people would argue him and Astrid would make a good couple, Naruto just couldn't see himself being with Astrid. He saw her more as a friend and rival to him. The only girl he truly wants is Rough Nut. As Rough Nut wraps her arms around Naruto's neck and buries her head into his neck, Naruto wraps his arms around her waist. He then takes in her scent, causing Naruto to smile. "I miss you, Foxy," whispered Rough Nut. Naruto then allows a small owl to graze his face. I missed you too, Roughnut, said Naruto as the two hug each other. They ignore awes and cat calls coming from Snotlout and Toughnut. Mulch smiles at his son. They grow up so fast, don't they, Stoic? Asked Mulch as he wipes away a lone tear. Stoic nods his head that they do, my friend, but you shouldn't worry too much, they still have some learning to do, said Stoic as he places his hand on Mulch's shoulder. Astrid smirks at the two blondes. I knew they'd get together, said a smirking Astrid. Flashback end. I honestly dread the day when I have to tell Roughnut about Blackheart and Burstfawn. Luckily everyone took the news of Gamma quite well. But then again, Gamma isn't a dragon but a dog, thought Naruto. He then unconsciously scratches Gamma behind his ears while Naruto was scratching his pet/partner/hunting dog. Roughnut smiles at his spaced out expression. Roughnut grins at Naruto. She just couldn't help but think he's out when he spaces out at times. But he's so hot when he gets serious. Mama likes her man when he gets in the zone. He especially becomes a hottie when we are fishing. I still don't understand how he was able to catch a small family of octopus and squid a month ago, but I don't care, thought Roughnut. She then gets into a daze and almost dream-like gaze as she stares at Naruto's whiskers. For some reason Naruto's unique whiskered birthmarks and eyes had always drew her, and she didn't know. It's just every time she stared at his whiskers or eyes she felt herself drawn to them. Roughnut unconsciously reaches for his whiskers as if something is pulling her hand towards his whiskers. Must pet Foxy's whiskers, mumbled Roughnut as she starts to pet his whiskers, but this action had caused Naruto to snap out od his daze. He then purrs at the feeling of his whiskered birthmarks being pet. Naruto didn't know why. He just knows when someone would rub his whiskers it would feel like the most amazing feeling in the world, but he would only allow Roughnut to rub his whiskers if anyone had even attempted to touch his whiskers. That person would receive the infamous Naruto punch. Naruto turns his head looking at his girlfriend rubbing his whiskers. A sly grin appears on her face. You really are a foxy, aren't you? Asked Roughnut with a hint of taunt. Naruto grins at Roughnut, showing off his fangs. I'll show you, Foxy, said Naruto. He then tackles Roughnut as the two roll around. Naruto then lands on top of Roughnut with Roughnut on bottom staring into his blue eyes. Naruto leans into her with both of their faces inches away from each other just as she believes Naruto is going to kiss her, but instead Naruto licks her lips to her nose. Roughnut lets out a soft giggle. She then smirks in a sly-like tone at Naruto. Is Foxy being kinky, or is this a new way of kissing? I like it, declared Roughnut with a hint of teasing and excitement with a red blush across her cheeks. Naruto just hums to himself. He then grins back at Roughnut looking into her eyes. Maybabe, trailed Naruto, but I could kiss you like that or I could kiss you like this, said Naruto. He lightly grabs her chin and presses his lips against hers, which causes Roughnut to moan in ecstasy. She didn't know how, but somehow Naruto always knows how to put her putty in his hands. Usually the dim-witted female Viking would punch any man's lights for even trying to have her under their control, but when it came to Naruto she was perfectly fine with him in control at moments like this. Roughnut licks his lip asking for access. He opens his mouth allowing her wet tongue to probe the inside of his mouth. Naruto wraps his built arms around her waist. Roughnut moans in Naruto's mouth. She then unconsciously brings her slender arms around his neck, bringing Naruto closer to her. Roughnut then uses her tongue to lick and grind her teeth against his tongue and teeth. The two get so into their makeout they literally block out everything around them. Naruto skillfully uses his tongue grind against the blonde in front of him. He then growls into her mouth, causing Roughnut to let out a moan. Naruto then lowers his hands towards her developing round plum bottom, causing Roughnut's cheeks to become a dark crimson. She just couldn't believe how good Naruto is. Dear Odin, he's so good, thought a very turned on Roughnut as she unconsciously grinds her bottom against Naruto's crotch. She could almost feel the warmth from his lower organ through his pants, but before the two can even continue their intense and very heated makeout session, the two felt the need for oxygen, both release from each other, breathing heavily with drool coming down from each of their mouths. Roughnut looks up at Naruto with a lust-dazed expression. That was awesome, panted a blushing Roughnut. Naruto, who's also breathing, smirks at his girlfriend. Yeah, it was, believe it. So which kisses do you prefer? Asked Naruto as he wipes the drool from his mouth. Roughnut whole noti lights up. She looks down at her shoes as if they are the most interesting thing in all of Berk. The second one, Natuto, said Roughnut in a meek tone. Naruto chuckles at his girlfriend and kisses her on the lips. More, demanded Roughnut in an almost meek-like tone. The blonde fisherman found himself realizing how cute Roughnut is in her meek tone. Naruto grants her wish, kissing her on the lips with a chaste kiss. He brings his fave away, staring at Roughnut's blushing face. More, demanded Roughnut in a meek tone. Naruto kisses her again. This action had been going on for at least 10 minutes, while both Viking and fisherman are sucking each face's Gamma was chasing a cat. Both blondes turn around laughing at the large canine. Roughnut then smiles at Naruto. She then looks at the ground with an unsure expression. Naruto raises his eyebrow at seeing Roughnut looking down at the ground with a conflicted expression. What's wrong, Roughnut? Asked Naruto with concerned tone. Roughnut could feel his eyes gazing into her skull. I have to tell you something, Naruto, said Roughnut. Naruto blinks his eyes. He then nods guy's head. Okay, what is it? You know you can tell me anything, right? Said Naruto as he grabs onto her hand, gripping it tightly, causing her to gain a light pink blush on her cheeks. Ruffnut nods her head. Okay, Naruto. Me and Ruffnut have been admitted to Goober's Academy, said Ruffnut. What if Naruto and How to Train Your Dragon? And thanks for watching my video till the end. If you enjoy this content, then do consider subscribing to my channel, and leave a like if you guys need the next part. Comment down, and thanks for watching the video, and see you guys in the next video.